position. Assume the position. How's it going? Ooh, I'm so excited. This is my first stream with my new Ethernet cable. My 60-foot, way too long Ethernet cable, but you know what? Size matters. Right, Ozzy? Yeah. Right, big boy? Wow, I really went out on a limb there with that pick. We'll see. Ty Gibbs definitely his stiffest competition. I expect Custer, Nemechek, and Allgaier to be factors as well, but I think it's clearly AJ and Ty's race. Who's going to be the supporting actors today? Looks like it's about to rain or something here where I'm at. Just past 5:30 in the evening, which means it's about 4:30 in Indiana. Still pretty damn late to start this thing. With weather in the area, some pop-up showers and some sprinkles are in the area. You could see in the pre-race just now it was like piss and rain in actual Indianapolis, but over in Speedway it was just overcast. But remember, they will race in wet weather. As long as it's not a monsoon, they'll race. I think that definitely favors AJ if it happens, for sure. I don't see anybody else in the field that can touch him in a wet weather race that's in a competitive car. Stacked field for both races today and tomorrow. Pretty cool. Quit bugging me, boy. Cat's bugging me. Quit bugging me, boy. The most famous racetrack in the history of sports.
Racing from Indianapolis. It's the Pennzoil 150 at the Brickyard. Alongside our crew chief, Steve Letarte, Rick Allen with you. And Steve, when we come to a racetrack like this, you've got to look at the Xfinity Series regulars. And does anybody jump out at you as far as could have a good day here?
Well, if you don't say John Hunter Nemechek, you haven't watched the first 21 races of the season. 5 wins in 21 starts. And I know he hasn't won on a road course yet, but he's won everywhere else. And he's been fast at the road courses.
I should be using my new headset. I ordered a new headset for my job, and I'm sticking with the one we always use for my streams. So my new headset's for my job. It's kind of cheap anyway. This one's more expensive. So this one's probably better quality. The other one's just a USB headset.
Portland's the one I circled. That track, while very different than here as far as its shape, it's 90-degree corners, the flat kind of banking, not a lot of braking markers. I think Portland's race win should correlate well to here.
All right, I mentioned regulars. How about the Cup superstar, who, and I say superstar, AJ Allmendinger, he's got to be on everybody's radar here.
Well, 11 wins. I mean, that's twice the next guy on career winless at road courses. And more importantly, Road America a few weeks ago, he was the favorite. And it was kind of a black eye for the whole organization. They didn't have the speed in a race everyone had them predicted to be great at. So I think looking for a big...
AJ, yeah, they're talking about AJ did not look strong at Road America at all. But I imagine they've made some... He's going to be good today. He'll be a contender. He's on the pole for a reason.
But when you look at the radar, I think there's a chance we might see wet again. It's just one more challenge these drivers and crew chiefs are going to have to work through at this racetrack. I mean, you see right here, just a few miles away, will we be fortunate enough to miss the rain?
Well, if it does rain,
I'm just worried about missing the lightning. I ain't worried about the damn rain. I'm worried about the lightning.
The engines fired. We go trackside for the command. And now, for the most
Alan Bestwick, good to hear him. Won't hear him again because I'm not doing SRX this coming week. I was bored shitless Thursday night.
Drivers, start your engine.
Start your engines, fool.
So Marty mentioned earlier that there has been a change here, something a little bit different. The restart zone used to be on the front stretch here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but now that has changed. And for more on that, let's go.
Not so sure about that new restart zone. I think they could have moved it a little more forward.
Here we are down here at this new area. I want to remind you the rules of the
They did say once you hit the restart box, you can pass and change lanes. You don't have to wait till start finish.
All that's the same. What and why is new, Junior?
Well, they moved it around before the last corner on the racetrack because we had so many crashes down in turn 1 when the restart zone was on the front straightaway. We had a lot of problems in the Xfinity and Cup Series at Coda and at Indy. So now
looks like we got some bad thunderstorms heading my way, so hopefully I don't lose you guys later.
Spread out a little bit before they get down to turn 1 in that braking zone, so they cannot pile on top of each other 4 and 5 wide. They may try it today, but it'll be a little bit more difficult because of where this restart zone is. And the great thing about it is the leader can go, the rest of the field still snaking through turns 11 and 12. So by the time they get to turn 1, the leader's probably got at least 10 seconds on them. So that's a difficult thing if you're back in the pack.
I hope when the Brickyard 400 comes back next year, the Xfinity Series still runs the road course.
Coming up next, after the break,
Cup gets Brickyard 400. We get Xfinity on the road course. We get trucks at IRP. All 3 series run different tracks on the same weekend. That would work for me. The Xfinities shouldn't be on the oval, so they get the road course. Trucks get IRP. Cup gets the oval. Deal? Good. Glad we're all in agreement. Oh, this time next week I'll be in Arlington, Texas. Just down the street from AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Actually, Saturday I don't have anything going on really. Sunday I hope I'm gonna take my computer with me. I hope to stream the Cup race on Sunday before heading over to the concert, because I don't really give a fuck about the opening act on Sunday. The opening act Friday night is fucking Pantera, so you bet your sweet ass I'm going to be there. I had a Brooklyn-style pizza from Domino's a little while ago. Not great compared to Papa John's or Pizza Hut's version of the same thing. So Domino's, you're third place. Not bad, but not great. Not as thick, not as filling as the Papa John's one I had. Ozzy, what do you want? It's going to storm, buddy. I'm not letting you outside. You go outside later. Why don't you go take a nap? So great. I have a new Ethernet cable. It's 60 feet long, and I don't have to worry about my Ethernet cable slipping out of my computer for the first time in like a decade. It's really nice. Yeah, I got my equipment for my new job. Should have ordered a new mouse while I was at it, but I didn't bother. This other shitty one I have still works 93% of the time, we'll say.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on
How much you want to bet it starts raining during the pace laps, then we got to spend 30 minutes waiting for it to stop and then put the wet weather shut on.
Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com.
Didn't they practice in the rain? Wet weather, excuse me. Everybody loves a music montage.
He kissed the bricks a year ago at this race, and he'll start up front once again. A.J. Allmendinger on pole, and it's going to have to go through him if any of these drivers want to get to victory lane.
Yeah, right there in row 2, Josh Berry still looking for his first win of the season. Kind of surprising. On the next page, Justin Allgaier, row 7, 3 road course wins in his career. Right behind him, Sam Mayer coming off that first career win at Road America.
Miguel Paludo in row 11 there.
Miguel Paludo here to waste the 88 car again on another road course.
Difficult of a starting position for him.
Good for him, I guess. We'll see Dale Jr. in the 88 at Bristol here in the next month or so, and then at Homestead.
Mostly for unapproved adjustments. It's been a busy day, right? They practice kind of in the wet, converted to the dry. So
Interesting field here today.
So Jeremy Clements, some other cars that are pulling over, indexing their wheels, getting ready for the start of this one before the green flag flies. Let's go to pit road and get a few more stories. We'll start with Dave.
Well, Rick, I agree with Steve. It is surprising that Josh Berry in the 8 car has not won this season. He's won 5 times in the series. He's headed to the Cup Series next year. So what about today can he create in Indianapolis memory? He's pretty good on the championship right now. He's in the playoffs by points. Highest points getter without a win. So we shall see if he'll take some risks and maybe put his name on the trophy here in Indianapolis. Kim?
Well, Daniel Hemrick is still looking for his first top 10 at the Indy road course. So what did he do to prepare for this weekend in hopes to improve his performance? He told me he went back and watched last year's race with a little more emphasis than usual to really study what the successful drivers here do, specifically how they're attacking parts of the track like the S's to improve time, studying what they do on restarts. We'll see if that extra prep pays off, especially since they didn't learn much during practice earlier today on those wet weather tires. Marty Daniel starts from the 5th position.
Kim, I talked to Cole Custer earlier today about the penalty they received midweek from NASCAR for the confiscated splitter from Michigan. It was 20 regular season points, 5 playoff points that went away from the 0-0 team. Cole told me my whole goal in these final 5 races of the regular season, get those playoff points back and some more as these cars come down pit road to check their pit road speed here right now. And I will go back to Rick earlier this morning. Cole Custer was the first driver who told me when I said, why are you guys running these rain tires here in this practice session? He said, it might rain later today. I want to learn what I can learn in case it does rain later.
Please tell me there's no lightning in that, and that's just heavy rain.
A little weatherman. That worked out pretty well. Has that knowledge from practice earlier this morning. I'm sure that knowledge will be key today.
Clairvoyant for Cole Custer. All right, Steve, remind us this course, because it's not something that you typically see when you come to Indy.
Well, much like the oval, you do cross the famous yard of bricks, but go in the opposite direction. 170 miles an hour down into this right-hand turn 1. They have the downshift, brake heavily, all the way down to 50 miles an hour. And then it's kind of a right complex. You see how flat the racetrack really is. This is kind of the north end of the road course. Turn 3, not quite 90 degrees. Turn 4 is really the key corner here because it sets you up for a very long straightaway. And it looks like there's some corners in the straightaway of 5 and 6, and they're listed. But the drivers are going to try to shoot this jet straight. You see from curve to curve. And this goes to the fast back straightaway. A little slower, about 15 miles an hour front stretch. But a huge passing zone into turn 7. A very flat left-hander, easy to overdrive. And you see, there's really no reference, no elevation change. That's great view right here. And then once again, the same as the other end of the racetrack, kind of some switchbacks. You have the right-hander 8, left-hander 9, into a very dominant right-hander 10 to what I actually think is the hardest braking zone. Not because it's the fastest, but because you're turning the whole time. So as you go through turn 11, you see, you hear him on and off the throttle, playing with that grip. And now this braking zone isn't really straight. The car's not flat and loaded up. Into turn 12, you hear how slow this is. Pit entry would be straight ahead. If you want to go to pit road, you go straight off turn 13. To finish a lap, you make a left at 13, and then the long, sweeping turn 14. That's easy on new tires.
Still waiting for somebody to blow a tire and eat shit off of turn 14 into that damn concrete wall. There's no safer barrier. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
All right, Steve, you've taken us around the lap. Now, give us a little bit of the strategy and break down this race.
Well, so it's 62 laps, stage 1, 20, stage 2, 20, the final stage 22. We can go right around 30 laps on fuel, but let's remember, no longer at the end of the stages will we see that green and white checkered flag. We won't see the caution come out. So while points will be awarded to the top 10, to try to have the flow of these road course races, what the fans are looking for, they don't stop. So that changes the strategy. You see at 62 laps, you can go almost 30.
I like how not having scheduled caution seems like a novel concept to some people. And it's like, you know, we for the first, 70 years of our history.
We saw the radar. The possibility for rain is here. Will NASCAR throw a caution for rain, or will it have to be a wreck or maybe a spin that would send
It would have to be a heavy rain, I'm assuming.
So because we're starting in the dry, a rain shower would bring out a yellow flag condition because the track conditions would change. And then NASCAR will either make the decision or leave it up to the teams. We'll have to see when the weather gets here. But here it is. Right away, the restart zone comes up quick, Rick.
You mentioned leave it up to the teams. Well, right now, it's A.J. Allmendinger.
AJ with a great launch through turn 14. And we're off. AJ the leader at the start-finish line. The top 10 or 15 cars really spread out here. Dive bombs shouldn't be nuclear explosions now. Ty tried to make this pass on the outside. Well, we still got some dive bombing going on back here with Sammy Smith mid-pack. Ty gave him a fit for that first little bit, but AJ cleared him.
Side by side for that third spot. Austin Hill in the 21.
As dark clouds loom over the front stretch grandstands.
Coming into the heavy braking zone of turn 7 now.
This is a fun track. Like I said, I want Xfinity to keep running this. I don't want to lose this track.
Race to get aggressive, pick up a few spots. Negative to that is making contact, get yourself in trouble early. It's 98, Riley Herbst.
On board with AJ Allmendinger, the Goodyear on board, and that's just how close that 19 of Ty Gibbs.
Ty's really charging the corners.
Ty's putting a ton of pressure on AJ. That's all you can do for.
How about Josh Berry qualifying third on a road course? AJ's going to lead lap 1 with Ty right on his heels.
Put great laps together, just inch away.
Steve, what happened at Road America with them? Because AJ Allmendinger was fastest, he won the pole, but then he said there was braking issues.
It's right here under the braking. Road America had been repaved.
Yeah, AJ had braking problems at Road America. He looks pretty timid getting into these corners. Either that or Ty Gibbs is just being really aggressive.
It was actually just overheated. They faded. They stopped working. That was a point that they worked on. As you see, the 19 dives to the inside.
Ty making a big move. Going to the kink. Who's going to give? Who's going to give at the kink? Ty lets him go. Can't make the pass through there. And AJ opens up a gap again. I'm sure he'll lose it all at the next heavy braking zone.
About that Road America performance that Rick and Steve were talking about a second ago, he called it, quote, embarrassing. He said, I think we have the electrical issue fixed with cooling the brakes. Hopefully it's not a problem today. But then Kimmy said something you don't hear AJ Allmendinger say very often. He said, I need a little confidence at the road courses. A good run today will certainly help me, not only today, obviously, but also tomorrow for the Cup race as well.
Well, in talking with the 19 team of Ty Gibbs, crew chief Jason Ratcliffe said our sole goal today is to make it tough on AJ. That is strictly the goal, in hopes that he makes a mistake, slips up. They did their due diligence, studied past races, shift points, SMT, exactly what makes AJ strong on this course, and they're hoping they can transfer that knowledge to Ty.
So far, mission accomplished, because Ty Gibbs has hounded AJ really from the drop of the green flag.
Huge run right here.
Turn 14 in the video game is so sketchy.
This work. He's going to try to outbreak him. He's so close he can't, but not to try.
Swinging to the inside, Ty.
There he goes
Ooh,
to the
off into
inside.
turn 1. AJ was going to let him have it here.
The lead away, he does.
If he wants it that bad, let him have it.
Now AJ gets to fall in behind the
It's
19.
a new leader, Ty Gibbs, 3 laps in.
He realizes that the 19 has more pace. He's not going to allow the 19 to pressure him into a mistake. He lets him go, and now he can tell his crew, hey, I need to be better here. I need to be better at this corner, X, Y, and Z. Help me out. Work on the car. Make it better. We can take the fight back to the 19 car later in the race.
And Steve, I'm noticing the lights blinking on the back of the 19. He doesn't have to have those on yet, but he does already. Those aren't brake lights either.
They're not brake lights, they're running lights. They're required if we move into the wet. They're not required right now.
I think he's turned them on because he wants to distract AJ.
That's
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, these young drivers think of everything. Look, turn them back off.
Oh, they're off now.
Must have had him on by accident. I reckon. I thought he had him on purpose, trying to distract the driver behind him. That'd have been a good thing to do.
Well, sometimes, you run a lap before you turn your brake fans on to get everything up to temperature. You wonder, remember, he's part-time in this car. They told him to turn the fans on. Junior, he went up and just started.
It looks like those rain clouds are skirting past the front stretch grandstands and heading north.
I was going to say, Scott Dixon got that lap 1 wreck in the Indy car race earlier today. He had those rain lights on all day long. It worked for him. Maybe Ty Gibbs should have left them on.
Got to move for third, Austin Hill. Peeking under Josh Berry at turn 1, and we cut away from it. What happened here with Sam Mayer? Ooh, Jeb Burton and Sam Mayer got together.
Actually, Sam Mayer just gets into the back of him, moves him up the racetrack. Jeb started in the top 15, started 14th. That cost him a lot of spots. Jeb won't forget it.
Jeb's not going to like somebody like Mayer running him. He don't like it when anybody runs him over, but somebody like Sam Mayer, that might just really piss him off. Austin Hill has some left front damage from some contact with Josh Berry that they cut away from when it was happening. Tire rub.
He's been trying to get around Josh Berry, better than Josh in all the braking zones, but he's offline for the next corner.
All over the back of that 8 car. That shows some patience early now.
I'm more worried about the patience of 21.
And Junior says what I just said. Custer is to the inside of Hill now. Yep. Put Austin Hill back to 5th.
You know, he's going to lose patience. He's going to get more agitated because he feels like he can get around that 8 car, he'll drive away. You said patience, and he didn't exhibit it, and that cost him a spot. There are places on this racetrack that you can try to pass.
21 has about wrecked the 8, and he almost spun Custer there. That tire rub looks like it's rubbed itself out just enough on the 21. Gibbs, Allmendinger, Berry, Custer, Hill. We're 5 laps in. No rain yet. More importantly, no lightning. I need to try it first. Speaking of need to try it first, I'm thirsty. I'll be back. We got one hell of a storm probably about to roll through here, so if my power goes out, I apologize. I'll try to get the stream back up as soon as I can. But we lose power here really easy during storms. It usually doesn't last long. It usually flickers and then comes right back on. So just a warning to everybody. If there's an abrupt, if this stream cuts off like the end of a Sopranos episode, just know that, hey, weather knocked my power out. Ooh. I do love me some road course racing. So NASCAR, please. Trucks, IRP, Xfinity, Indy Road Course, Cup, Brickyard 400. Make it one of the most unique and diverse weekends in the NASCAR season. 3 completely different style of races. Nemechek's up to 6th. I said him and Allgaier would be factor. I think Allgaier started 13th. He's 10th. Nemechek's up to 6th from about 8th place, I think. And Gibbs and Allmendinger 1-2, so had this race nailed so far. No bets today. Michael's working. He said I get 2 bets tomorrow for the Cup race, though, so I'm rubbing my hands together on that one. Going through a dry spell, everybody. We've gone through a bit of a dry spell. And we're back.
The official app of NASCAR Tracks has the latest race and event information from all of your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free, and you can start using today.
Contact there. Casgralla's onboard camera. A little bit of raindrops. Yeah, I can see it on Casgralla's windshield. Not a lot, but a little.
What are the rules? Well, so when you talk about rain, first of all, you asked would the caution be thrown. I said yes, but technically NASCAR doesn't throw it for rain. They throw it for a car spinning out, which normally happens right away when the rain comes.
Don't be the one to spin out and bring the yellow. 3 wide, Miguel Paludo, Josh Palicki, Casgralla, 3 wide, turn 1. How's that going to work?
The big story is the rain tires. You can come down and put those treaded tires on. You see mud flap looking things behind. Those are really just rain flaps to try to keep the spray down. And if we have to, we can go to...
It's real sketchy right now if it's actually going to rain harder than this.
Rain tires on dry racetracks are much slower. They have less grip. But dry tires on wet racetracks racetracks are near impossible, and that is going to be the challenge of these drivers. What is too wet to continue on dry tires?
And we have a caution. I'm going to assume it's for the rain.
The last person to get to him if you can help it. So this caution coming out here, you wonder if NASCAR
Lap 7.
Lightning is the call here.
Oh
for
no,
NASCAR.
lightning.
That's
Oh,
why the
fuck my
caution
life.
is coming out. Parker Klickerman's team, Steve, they did not have
Activate your lightning clocks.
inside their pit stop. Patrick Donahue was very upset by that because clearly
Spotters clear the stands. Everybody go inside. Fuck.
What would the replication
I worried with all that red and yellow I saw on the radar. I'm like, they're not going to get out of this without a lightning strike or two. Fuck. What are we going to do?
This is the type of execution that a team trying to make the playoffs just cannot have. The crew chief can't think of everything. There's a great look. You see, it's kind of like a dark foam looking sticker they've used right there, putting the grease in the lug nuts. They're expecting these right here are glued on, so I don't know which crew this is, but this is those look like they've been glued maybe. The big problem is these are the mistakes you just can't make, right? If you come down here and you go to put these tires on, these are going to be live pit stops. You don't get as much time as you want to put rain tires on. It's a normal pit stop. So if they have a slow pit stop because of this lug nut issue, it could be very, very much a challenge to overcome.
But with the rain the lightning situation that has
This sucks.
been, told to us from NASCAR, this is a mandatory stop situation also. So these teams are rolling around the track, but they'll
Notice nobody's leaving the grandstands.
Basically, lightning is a guaranteed duration of time under red for safety of the spotters, officials, fans.
Clock will go on, and again, once the field's all caught up to the pace car, they'll roll back onto pit road. And you mentioned red flag. Nothing can be done to these cars under red flag condition. If the drivers do climb out, if they do have to put on any kind of rain cover or anything, that's all that the crew can do. They can't make any adjustments to these cars under red
I got something we might do during the weather delay.
If the red flag is long enough, like in Michigan a week ago, we had one overnight. That definitely changed those rules a little bit. But a standard red flag, which we expect this to be, you just cover the car up. Drivers will probably get out since it'll be about 30 minutes, I think, for the lightning strike.
And we saw some aggressive racing super early in this race, and you wonder, drivers getting out, like want to go have a conversation with somebody, try to clean
I wonder if
something
Jeb
up.
Burton's going to be pissed at Sam Mayer.
Getting in the back of each other. You know it's aggressive, but there's a limit.
Rain is really starting to come down now. I bet when they go back racing, it'll be a completely wet track.
That is not an issue. They have wet weather tires. They practiced. They qualified earlier today on those wet weather tires. They just can't race if there's been a lightning strike within a certain distance.
Yeah, 9 times the Xfinity Series has raced on rain tires. 27 of the drivers that are in the field today have raced at least one of those events. And so, we think of NASCAR as a series that doesn't have a ton of experience in the rain, but this Xfinity Series has
The heavy rain's over on the front side of the track. You see as they get closer to the front stretch, the rain becomes a little heavier.
The test series for these type of things, a rain tire and racing in the rain and stock cars competing in the rain. So these teams have more experience than even the Cup Series does.
So working around, turns 12, 13, and they'll be making their way onto pit road. We were listening in on the 98 of Riley Hurst. We were listening in on his radio. Might have a brake issue.
That's not good to have when it's about to be a wet racetrack when you go back racing here in about 30 minutes. Hopefully in 30 minutes.
So looking at the race car, there's grass right there, Steve, on those covers. Right, it's everywhere on the brake duct holes, but not on the grill screen as much. And so you would think the temperature is rose on those brakes. They're not cooling well enough. Somebody may have went off the racetrack in front of him to put that debris on the brake ducts, and they'll try to clear that off.
Yeah, and he's also what he's described as interesting, right? Because the initial pedal is good.
The car covers out.
So I don't know.
Track's changing color. The front stretch is pretty dark.
As the car, as you downshift, there's a vibration that's causing some inefficiencies in the brakes. Doesn't sound very comfortable, though. Not sure I would like that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is not only is it's scary. I mean, because as a driver, when you hit that brake pedal,
At least the race started on time.
slow down, and when you downshift, you're expecting that brake pedal, and when it goes to the floor after you have initial brake, that is
very unique, and that will get you in trouble, get you wrecked, get you into the back of somebody else.
Again, a reminder, the reason for these cars on pit road now is because of a lightning strike. That's obviously for the safety of fans, crews, everyone involved here. They will have the drivers get out of the cars, and a lot of the
lame
probably cover them up just because it has started to rain here a little bit harder now.
Yeah, there's a band of showers going east to west, coming.
Casgralla doesn't look like he wants to get out of his car.
And hopefully that's going to be all we have to deal with. And once that's out of the way, we should be good to go. Looking at the radar, it's going to be
Another NASCAR weekend. This is the 18th NASCAR race weekend this season affected by weather. 18 weekends affected by weather.
Hopefully that's not going to get worse, but that little band right there is going to create a delay. But this series has dealt with some curveballs.
Anybody gonna fight?
Qualifying, and wet racetrack, and a drying racetrack, and running on rain tires, and starting the race on slicks. The weather and Mother Nature doesn't do you any favors.
And as a race fan, I'm frustrated by the Lightning because we were getting ready to see some really tough positions for these drivers and crew chiefs to decide if they needed to come, if not. You mentioned the rain, but it kind of just, I guess it looks like it's picking up a little bit now. So
The sun's popping out, but it's raining harder.
I
got a camera on Jeb Burton.
Yeah, we've seen very
Here he goes.
racing, on a wet surface.
Oh, no, he's not. He's minding his own business.
You mentioned it, Jeff. He might be going to look. I think it was Sam Mayer that maybe assisted him through 11 and 12. There's Sam Mayer.
Yeah, Jeb was walking over to his teammate, someone to talk to blow some smoke, get some steam out of you. A lot of racing left to go. You got to stay focused here.
So I got an idea.
Flag is out. 7 laps complete from Indy.
We're under red, but I got an idea.
With the price of just about everything in...
So I bought a game last week that I have not played in at least 9 years. And matter of fact, I don't remember playing this one much at all, but I know I had it on... No, I think I had NASCAR 14 on PS3. But I saw that NASCAR 15 was available on Steam for like $8 and was like, yeah, why not? Before it disappears one day off the store, you know it will. And how many times do I have to click it to get it to open? Hello? How many times do I have to click it to get it to open? Yes. Open the fucking game. I don't know how this is going to run while we're using OBS and everything, but it's an old game. It should be fine. I've not played NASCAR 15. I haven't played a Utechnics NASCAR game in a long time. 2014 was the last time I played one, and I played it very briefly. Is there a reason it's not fucking full screen? NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Dusenberry Martin Racing. Oh yeah, they published this, but it was a Utechnics game. Yeah, developed by Utechnics. Oh boy. I'm going to suck so hard at this, because I was never good. The one Cole 2014. Gordon. Ha Oh shit, lost it.
No regrets should ever cross your mind. It's your road, push and shove, take them for a ride. But when you cross that...
Hold on a second. Let me mute this desktop audio until I can get this fucking music turned off. What does it want me to do here? Oh yeah, I'll use my name. Dale1. No. Dale Davis. I think I'm still a male. Jeb and Sam are talking.
For drivers to discuss a little bit. And, well, Sam
wow, Jeb's pretty calm.
Discussing with Jeb Burton there. And it didn't look like Jeff Burton took the
Okay, he looks pissed, but
very well, guys.
Yeah, well, they get in the corner here. Everybody's kind of bottled up, and Sam Mayer just drives in the corner and just runs into the back of Jeff Burton. Jeff actually does a pretty nice job of saving the car.
sorry, Caden.
Preston Pardis, he really got it bad. Look how many positions he loses.
Where the fuck's the options? My NASCAR.
You know, you work.
Gotta turn the
you work
shitty
hard at
fucking
that team.
music
They did a really
off.
nice job. Sam, you know, won recently. He's driving with some confidence. He's trying to explain to Jeb, hey man, this happened, and Jeb's not buying it. That's not uncommon for this series or any series for that matter.
And it's
Jeb,
raining pretty hard at
that
Indy
team
right
had
now.
the 8th best average finish.
Okay. Graphics. Bump it down a little bit. I just want to dumb it down a little so it, runs decent. Is there a reason why it's a lot fucking certain? Okay, that's cool. I guess I can't run it full screen for some reason.
Right there, currently in 7th. As far as the wins, everybody in yellow that has a win already this season locked into the
What?
playoffs. I think with 5 races to go until the
I'll turn the game sound down.
For the Xfinity series.
Calm your tits. If I can ever get this fucking game to open again.
As far as someone who you've got to keep your eye on and maybe a championship favorite.
Well, so I think, when you look at favorites, you have to go right to the top, right?
I wanna be somebody. Oh, now it's full screen. What, I had to restart the game to get to do this?
Some big names yet to have won. Barry, Hemrick's a champion. Creed's right there at the cut line. But how about Brandon Jones back there?
I have not played this game. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Start to the year at JRM for Brandon Jones, but he had really decent speed at Michigan. And when you talk about this series, runs a little bit longer, right? We still have Darlington and Kansas. So I think Brandon Jones is still...
This driver on the 2014 Hollywood Casino 400. Correct! Need to get a mod where Plankton goes, correct! I'll turn the sound down again, I promise. I think it's too loud. We'll bump it all down to 60. DW's boogity. I ought to turn the speech volume way up so it just goes boogity while the rest of the game's really quiet. Okay, game settings. I don't really know. Okay. Driver assists. Manual. Don't need no damn steering assist. Don't need no auto brake assist. Bump that down. Launch assist. Yeah, I suck, so better leave that on. Okay, well, we'll start with that. Already looked at that, didn't I?
Here in the single player area, you can test your setups.
Maybe we should do testing.
Jump straight into the action with the driver,
Oh, wow, Jeff
car,
Hammond's talking
and
to
track of your choice.
Oh my God, it's Junior. You guys know Darlington's my best track, right? Not Daytona, no. God damn it. I don't want to do Daytona. I want to do a track that's actually hard.
Early in the race, got hit from behind, spun into the grass. They came on a different strategy, Steve, and you noticed it right away when we were watching that race.
This game doesn't take long to load. Good, it doesn't. Oh, what? I can't. The goddamn B button on the Switch is where the A button is on a fucking Xbox controller.
Real masters at pace while saving fuel, giving.
Get me out of here. I want to race Darling. Maximum banking, 14 degrees. So far, I'm undefeated on my NASCAR trivia. Oh, yeah.
This racetrack has been good and bad. Just in May, he missed a
record at Sonoma.
Came back and sat on the pole for this road course race, and it was going to be an
Boyer.
amazing story, but so much is real sports, right? Just
still haven't gotten one wrong. Okay, raise now. Hendrick, give me Junior. Darlington. Practice qualify race. 10 minutes practice. Oh god, that stupid Greek qualifying shit. Opponent difficulty. What's the max? 100. We'll go 90 first. 6 laps, tire wear on, roll on, caution black flags. Full damage because I'm not a complete pussy. Well, it says hit A to continue. That's what I'm doing. Look at those guys out in the Indy infield. They didn't take the lightning warning seriously, did they?
Again, that was earlier. We saw the sun out then. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, we're time traveling back to 2015 with this stream now. I'm so scared. Good thing I've got practice to embarrass myself. What's the upshift button? Buttons in this piece of shit. Like, watch. There's no control manual. Controls. Okay, I don't care. I just want to know. Controller, Xbox Windows. How do I upshift? Gear up is the B button. X is down. Oh God. Can I make it Y? And gear down it. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
You're outside. Right's all clear, bud. He's right on you. One down low. Clear down low.
Why am I not going fast? What the fuck is up with this shit? Why don't car go forward? Accelerate. God, I don't want to be the fucking B button, you idiot. Yeah, let's say, what the fuck is your problem, bro?
Looking outside.
Turn the race back on. hot. I can't stay out of the wall.
Car up top, 3 back. Clear right side.
I don't have to lift much at all in 1 and 2.
Car approaching low.
Car's really tight.
Closing on the bottom. 1 inside. Left side's clear. Got a car behind. He's charging. Car high. Right's clear.
So they're way better than me.
Looking high. Car approaching your rear.
That's an ugly car. I never liked that thing.
Watch your mirror, he's coming up fast. All clear.
Fucking turn. Flame.
Got a lot of work to do. Very tough on me to
Push this fucker up. Fuck about it. My changes. Again, qualifying.
Those other guys are very fast, but
Come on, you just gotta be smooth and calm. 10-4.
I really appreciate that they let you map the buttons the way you want. Car turns a lot better now. Got to see why I hated group qualifying.
Inside's clear.
Would not have kept it on the wall there. Bad turn 3 and 4. Still kept it on the wall. And I keep catching cars as we get to turn 3. Shit. Well, fuck 'em.
PG to return at a non-street course, but qualified in
High side's clear.
Group qualifying was always stupid. This is why.
Okay, let's go. We gotta step it up. Clear on the inside. Car inside, just looking. Car tucked in behind you.
Probably better. Go with that.
And clear.
That gives us the opportunity to talk to some of the drivers like Cole Custer. Good morning.
Oh, this is going to be begin race. Is there a pre-race presentation?
Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Come on, work your way to the front. Car outside you. Car outside, at your door. Keep a good pace. You're doing great. Watch your rear. Go to the low side. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. He's coming on the outside. Car outside. One outside. Outside. Clear on the outside. Car one back. Clear now.
No feel
Watch your mirror, he's coming up fast. At your door on the bottom. Looking low. Put it on the left. Car one back. The leader is 4 seconds in front. Car three back. He's charging. Okay, behind you. Still right behind you. Got one behind you. Still with you. Got a car closing on your outside.
There's just no feel. The AI is unreasonably fast into the corner. You can't compete with it no matter how hard you drive. It's not fun to play. This is why I never like these tennis games. They're so bad. Man, these tennis games are awful. It's so shit. Well, let's try a different track. Maybe it's just Darlington that sucks dick. I don't know. Martinsville. Yeah, it's Martinsville.
Last month has been a little rough. I don't think anything really from much of our doing, but it hasn't really played out right.
Dude, it looks like the gates of hell are about to open up outside my house. Turn my switch off.
Look at the radar recently, but I think so.
Cole called it at 9 a.m. It was going to rain. It rained. So now he says no more rain today.
I don't want to be a part of that.
I like Martinsville this better than Robles or Heat Bob or
You're good high. Clear left. Looking inside. Car two back.
Why are we trying to
Check your
track if it
outside.
doesn't have to be dry?
Car approaching high. One up top.
This ain't fair. The car's just slow. It doesn't matter what I do. The car's just fucking slow. I don't car is just really slow. I think he passed him outside. Take some fucking red.
We can do this. Gotta keep focused. Low side's clear. Car inside. Go to the high side. Clear left side.
I was barely any quicker, so who cares? This ain't gonna be worth shit.
3 back, coming low.
Never fucking liked these games, and I'm just being reminded why I never liked these games. And how I stopped playing them after, like, inside. I had 14, like I said, but I didn't play.
Here we go, buddy. Coming to the green. We can do this. Just gotta keep focused. Far inside, trying to get to your corner. Inside. 3 wide, 2 low. Clear low. Coming on the high side. Car outside you. Car closing on.
This is so bad. I'm fucking done with this shit. This sucks. My God, it's so bad. Yeah, these tennis games are as bad as I remember. It's pretty shit. Oh well, $10 wasted. Actually, I could probably get my money back on Steam. I should do that.
I think you have your license.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me get my money back on Steam real quick. Because that game's so bad, it's not even worth having for fun.
You asked earlier what would happen if the rains came. They would have basically let the teams know they were allowed to put on wets. You could kind of put them on at any time. But now, because of the red flag due to lightning, remember, that's what stopped the race, not the rain. Now, because of the red flag due to lightning,
library.
they don't want the teams to roll around on slicks and do a live pit stop. So everyone
this game kind of sucks. I want my money back.
to re-enter the race on rain tires. You see the treaded tires.
How do I do
That was
this?
a good break for Parker Kligerman's group, who Marty reported that they didn't have their rain tires prepped and glued up and ready to go. So a nice break for the 48.
What's unique about today is that they never roll a racetrack with the track dry in practice. So they practiced earlier today, and it rained, and they were on wets the entire time. One car made a half a lap on slicks, but the entire practice was mostly, with the exception of that, done on rain tires. So these drivers and teams were on the racetrack today with these exact tires. They know and understand what their cars can do and what they can't do. So I would expect to see an aggressive restart right off the bat.
So if we had had pit stops, I would have preferred that they go around and have to come in and do live pit stops because somebody could have a loose wheel, all these different things. The fact that all of these cars have just run 7 laps, nobody's changed tires yet, nobody's put fuel in yet. I think this is kind of a non-issue.
Straight up
Just
lie.
put
It
everybody
crashes.
on rain tires and restart the race. The real trick is going to be when to get off rain tires. And every IMSA race I cover, I ask those
Okay,
judges,
I put in to
how
get my
do you
money back for that
get
game.
off from the rain tires?
It's just so bad. I
Every
can't stand those
strategist
Tennis NASCAR
basically
games.
says, as soon as the driver thinks they can complete a lap with
Teams are rolling out the wet weather tires, despite the fact that NASCAR's been drying the track and it's no longer raining. But I mean, it's still damp enough, I guess.
Because you can't see the whole track and the small nuances of each corner, so it's really up to the driver.
Did I mention this race started at 4:30 and this track has no lights and it's already looking pretty Sun City out there, even though it's only like 5:30.
Jeff Jr. talked about
Just pointing that
the
out.
restart zone. So when we go back to racing, when we get the cars back out there, there's been 7 laps complete. We're going to have a restart. So did you guys see anything from the initial start of this race that says this was a good move to move this zone?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that we saw what we hoped or what this was designed to do.
So yeah, NASCAR 15, all those Utetnis games are still as bad as I remember. I will be getting my money back.
Restarts in the last stage, but look at how spread out the cars are, Jeff. I think it's doing exactly what NASCAR wanted to do. Obviously, we love seeing drama down in turn 1, but it was probably a good thing to move the restart zone.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to the Cup race last year, you know, there was nothing a driver could do to prevent from getting wrecked. I mean, if the drivers could have controlled it, then you shouldn't change the restart zone. Like Watkins Glen, the restart zone is going to stay the same at Watkins Glen because the drivers are in more control there.
Put them wet weather tires on, boys.
And it's just no way to keep everybody from spreading out. So
it's raining outside at my house right now.
The drivers need to behave
A lot.
because if you go down there and you say, okay, I'm going to stay in line and not do anything silly, next thing you know, you're 5 wide and you're getting wrecked from behind. So it's something that NASCAR really needed to help the drivers with, and this seems to have helped. Now, today NASCAR's got to make a decision because in rain, they can make a determination to single file restart them to make it even less hectic. So what will NASCAR do? We don't know yet. We don't know what the determination will be. It won't surprise me to see them double file restarts because they did get track time earlier today, and they should have an understanding of what their cars can do.
And you see that damage on the left front of Austin Hill's car. I mean, NASCAR probably won't appreciate them fooling with that any, but if I was taking that left front tire off, I'd be pretty aggressive. Trying to get that thing off there, trying to move that fender as much as I could.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, he's going to pull that toward the front. Not coming off.
It's not Tim Latiga's first race, man.
Hey, good move, Timmy. Now this tire will go on a whole lot easier.
We're not doing them anything.
Now that I move, we're good to go.
The camera right there. You got to be like, oh, I can't believe you guys have got a camera on me as I'm taking this
Man,
tire
it wouldn't
off.
come off. It's stuck.
So again, under a red flag condition because of lightning, they're putting on wet weather tires. Showers have passed through the area.
Hey, no more lightning.
We're about
Drivers
ready
to the
get back
cars,
to
rain
racing
tires
here in
on.
Indy.
Let's boogity 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 again. You guys still with me? No, you're not. I wouldn't be either.
Drivers heading back to the cars, getting strapped in, as well as the wet weather tires bolted on. And there's a colleague racing driver that has jumped into the car. Of course, A.J. Allmendinger, and the guy who heads it up over there is Chris Rice. He's with Marty.
Yeah, let's chat with him, the Dinger right now in second place. So, Chris, I want to get your perspective on this as a guy who leads college racing. Fair move by NASCAR here to make a non-competitive pit stop to put the rain tires on.
Well, I think we can look at it a bunch of different ways. And I asked you earlier, what do you want me to say? But I like competitive pit stops, you know. But probably for what we're working with, the pit road's really wet. And I think that's what they worry about more is the crew members, right? So I have to take that in consideration. So I'm going to go on 50-50. I would have loved to have a competitive pit stop because we need to make some adjustments on the 10 car and try to get it a little bit better. But this is going to be fun because it adds a pit stop into the race. Because like you said earlier, who gets on the dries or the slicks quick enough? So I would put the bet, if I had to bet, on AJ to get on the dries pretty quick.
I was going to ask you that because that's the entire game. When you have a wet race, whoever's brave enough, as we were talking about a moment ago, to throw on the slick tires early is usually who wins the race. So how brave will you make AJ today, or how brave will he be?
Well, if it gets drier pretty quick, we might come in before it starts and go ahead and put the dry.
Come on now.
Who knows? I mean, we're here to win trophies, right? And I know that AJ will be aggressive. I know he's not in a real good mood right now. If you're listening back at home, you can go listen to how he's in a good mood. So we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to get on pit road pretty quick. And if that means it gets dry super fast right here, we'll start taking that chance.
He still has his day job, which is the Cup Series car, and needs points and wins over there. So how valuable are these laps today, especially with the restart zone moved, all of that for tomorrow's race?
Well, it's huge because you watch the restart there. The 19 car is definitely better than us right now, but he was able to get out and lead. He can watch how bad the race car is right now and try to work through it mentally. I think more than anything with AJ, mentally this helps him, right? He's got Tara back at home, and we're wishing Tara the best right now as she's getting ready to have a little AJ Allmendinger, I guess. And so I think every lap he can have at this place will help him tomorrow. And we got a big hill to climb, but you know what? College racing's all about climbing hills.
Yeah, so he's on baby watch. So and he told me, I'm not going home no matter what. Are you behind that decision?
Well, I had to FaceTime Tara. Like, I didn't believe him. He called me and I FaceTime Tara, and he says she's not here, and she was literally sitting right beside him, and she said, yes, I don't want him to come home. And I'm like, oh, sometimes I don't want him to come to the racetrack, so I guess we're a lot alike. But no, he's not going home. But you know, best wishes to her if she does have it while he's here, but I bet she has it on a Wednesday or something, and he has to be there, which is going to be the coolest moment in history for A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, that would be the best case for everybody if A.J.'s able to be there for the birth of his first child, but he swears to me, Rick, he said, I don't care no matter what, I'm going to stay here, this is my job, I'm going to focus on that, and I'll do the best I can to be there via FaceTime if I have to, if that's what it calls for the birth of their first child.
Yeah, he brought up a good point, and Chris Rice started the discussion as to when do you come to pit road? How dry does the track have to be?
Well, so the rain tires, you can tell that the rain tires are on. The lettering, the Goodyear is white versus the yellow on the slicks you see right there. Really, it comes down to these guys will go out on these wet weather tires, and they will move a tremendous amount of water, and you will start to see a dry line, but it won't be there everywhere. On the straightaways, they might search for some actual standing water to cool these rain tires back off. But the trick is, as soon as you feel that you can safely make a lap on dries, you need to be on dries because it is a huge advantage. We're talking
We'll get on with it.
tenths of a second in qualifying. This will be multiple seconds. The lap time will continue to improve. I mean, you look already. I mean, it's somewhat dry, or at least the standing water is moved. The air tightens move so much standing water off that I think it's going to dry up pretty quick. Now it's easy for a crew chief to say because I don't have to drive through the puddles.
See the AMR safety team out there checking it out. Yeah, we did see the Air Tundras out there earlier, moving a lot
The
of
Air Tundras
away in the rain off of the racetrack. We mentioned, though, they can run on a wet racetrack, and that's what we're about to see as they're putting the window nets up. They'll fire the engines and roll them off.
Well, goody. Let's get on with it.
Now, who will change the quickest? We'll have a restart.
I don't want to talk to myself any longer today than I have to. couple laps old.
Taking the green flag, the new restart zone, all spreading the field out. Little contact early, pushing Jeff Burton high off the racetrack.
And then you can see it. Ty Gibbs flexing his muscle, going by A.J. Allmendinger. A.J. couldn't defend it. And
This track is going to dry out so quickly.
Caution comes out. Jeff Burton. Hey, man, what's going on? Well, I ran into you. What up racetrack?
Rain tires have come out. We got a little rain as well during that lightning thunderstorm, and so cars are all going to put those tires on. And this track's going to dry really fast, and that's the question: is who puts on the slicks first? Because the teams can start on the wets and go out there and we'll race, throw the green flag, and then you come to pit road.
NBC's like, quick, show the one patch of fans in the gigantic empty grandstands here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, so NASCAR's required every team to put rain tires on, but that's where the requirement basically ends. Once you roll off pit road, it's back on you as a race team to manage this however you see fit. Which I love these styles of racing. I think it makes it much more jumbled up, much harder to predict. I don't think there is a direct answer on when you change tires, Dale. I don't think there's a straight answer on where you run.
I give it 10 to 12 laps. They'll be back. A lot of guys will be wanting to be back on the drives.
It brings out fans from all around, and we have an
Dry weather tires.
interested.
All right, we're rolling. There's a lot of standing water on pit road. I know that much.
Standing by, and he's been watching. He's standing with Dave.
Yeah, he is on the 20 pit box, guys. John Hunter Nemechek, obviously, it's the car he's watching. Listening on the radio, he'll be driving a red numbered 67 tomorrow in the Cup Series race, qualified 28. So far, what have you learned listening to John Hunter and watching the race?
Well, I think, I think for me, it's a lot of running during this time. I mean, obviously, we had a 20 minutes practice in the qualifying, 15 minutes. It's pretty short. And, I never really done...
It's like we should have more practice in qualifying for guys like this.
So it's many regulations new for me. So it's better to watch and to learn as much as I can to be ready for tomorrow.
Was this something, Kamui, that you had been wanting to do for a long time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I realized, like 4 years old, I say I want to be a race car driver. That was NASCAR. So, for a long time I was looking forward to racing in NASCAR, but stayed quiet to coming here. But I made it, and now it's time to run a little bit.
As you go through, you had a short practice, you mentioned, you're going to start the race in the back of the field. Can you concentrate on your race, or are you just going to have to watch out for everybody else? Because they're kind of aggressive in this series. They're very aggressive.
Well, it's hard to say. I think first of all, you need the speed to fight. So, I think at the first stage, like, you run the speed still, where you're missing the speed. I mean, I know exactly after the qualify where I missed, so first I fix this, and then I will join the game.
Well, you guys know this. He is a bad man behind the wheel of a race car. Doesn't have another World Endurance Championship race for about a month, so this will satisfy his need for speed for now. We'll watch how he does tomorrow.
Yeah, third 2311 entry, two-time winner at Daytona. He's been in the F1 field. He's won Le Mans. More than just a driver, he's a principal at the team as well. And Dale, you and I have seen
That straightaway in the infield is going to be the first to dry. The sun is right on it.
And back in 2019, this race, we were there covering it in the pouring down rain, and in the middle of the night, it was clear that he had pace for pace. Doesn't say a lot on the radio, stays quiet, super focused, and his just raw speed in that. I mean, it's unbelievable. It was a second faster than some of the cars in the field he was racing against at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, he's a freak, and I think that, once this race gets started tomorrow, he's going to learn quickly. He's going to have the pace, he'll have winning pace at the end of the race. I think what he's most concerned about is things that he's not typically doing in the sports car world, and that's pit road speed. He has a limiter, a pit road limiter, mashes a button to hold pit road speed, and all the other cars that he raced in his life. In NASCAR, you don't have that. So he talked to us, all of us, the other day and said, hey, it's the small things that I'm worried about, the rules that I may not know or be aware of, and just getting on and off pit road and having a great smooth pit stop. I think the pace on the racetrack from all the drivers that we have here that are, with international drivers from all around the world that have come to race with us at Indy, I think they'll all find the speed, and they've already shown that some this week. It's just those little things that are a nuance to just NASCAR that could make a difference in their day.
Again, that's Kamui Kobayashi.
Kamui Kobayashi.
Series race, you see 2311 on the breast of his shirts. the cars out on the track.
Are we getting one to go this time, please?
The racetrack is. Marty, have we heard a lot on the radio from what we're hearing from the drivers?
Well, look at that shot right there. I mean, the track drying up in spots. There are a number of teams, including Sam Mayer, A.J. Allmendinger. They've talked about coming down pit road and not even taking the green with the rain tires. Steve, I go back to practice this morning, and Justin Allgaier, who spun out with the slick tires on, and I don't know, it looks way too wet for me to make that decision.
Yeah, it's way too wet when you get out of the infield and back. So basically, turn 14, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, pretty damn wet. The straightaway in the infield is going to dry out pretty quickly. It's in direct sunlight. Please let this be one to go.
Be aggressive. Because look, we could run one lap, we could have a yellow, and if you pit right away, you could ride around for another 6 or 8 minutes as the track dries completely. So I like the aggression. Let's listen in to the 7 of Allgaier, who did run those slicks in practice for a half a lap.
Like the puddles are there, but the big dry patches too, right? So I think it's going to be interesting how quick it dries out, because I think it's going to be super fast.
So the interesting part to that is Cole Custer was asked a moment ago by Jonathan Toney, his crew chief on the radio, Steve. He said, I just don't know if it's ready yet, but it's going to happen quick. And I mean like 2 to 3 laps quick. So would you...
Damn, I said 10 laps. They're saying 2 laps. It'll be dry enough.
Well, I mean, it's all risk versus reward. I mean, everyone is inside kind of a one-stop fuel window from here, so there's not another layer to this. I mean, such is all strategy calls, right? Risk versus reward. NASCAR has told us that they will opt to go to a single file restart.
Single file restart for this next run here.
And I don't know, that looks pretty dry to me.
The thing that we noticed in practice this morning, Steve, is that what was happening is that the front straightaway dried out by the wall, but the drivers were going out of the dry grooves looking for wet to save the wear on that wet tire, and they were pulling all the water back into turn 1. And so that's what could happen, is that there are going to be sections of the racetrack that are dry, but then the drivers will pull water back into it and get it wet again. And racing in the rain is clearly, you have to have some dry spots.
We have wet weather tires that we never use in wet weather now.
Then it goes to dry. That can save the car, and that's going to be a development that we're going to just have to watch. And the sun came out. The sun was really high in the sky this morning. The sun's much lower today. I think the opportunity.
Great cinematography there, NBC.
As good as it was this morning.
Want to get a few more updates before the green flag comes out. We'll start with Kim.
And Ty Gibbs currently holding the lead. I asked him during this break, how was the car on slicks and how was it on wets earlier in the day when you got to practice? He liked his car in both conditions, is willing to be very aggressive. Talk with crew chief.
I guess we're just going to ride around until the track's dry and take any of the intrigue out of this, right?
Taking slicks off these wet weather tires, and he said it's going to get dry really fast. We have nothing to lose. Remember, Ty Gibbs on a part-time basis in this series, a Cup regular. So this team is going to be aggressive on their call, Dave.
Kim, John Hunter Nemechek has picked up a couple of positions since the start, and crew chief Ben Bayshore, he's in the same position as everybody else. Well, we practiced in the wet, so we know what that does, and then we got pretty good in the dry, got our rhythm there, so we're back to the wet here, so for a few laps anyway, we think we know what we're doing. Marty?
Dave, one bubble driver we have our eye on is Parker Kligerman. I talked to his crew chief, Patrick Donahue, just a second ago. He said, as far as he knows, you must take the green on the rain tires. You cannot come in before that to be able to put on the slick tires. He said Parker's biggest trouble when they went green last time was the IndyCar rubber really kind of threw him off. It really made the car handle way different than earlier today. Now, obviously, that's all washed off, so they feel like they will have a good car once they get back going. And Parker, obviously, an excellent road course racer, Rick. I think he'd be good in the wet here.
Well, he's going to find out. That's going to be the situation.
Yep, we're just going to ride around until the track gets dry. What's the fucking point of putting rain tires on if you're just going to ride around and wait for the track to dry? Why do they do this every fucking time? We should be coming to the green right now. There is no reason to not be coming to the green. AJ just went to pit road. There you go. We rode around until the track dried.
So here's the thing. It takes 42 seconds to pit under green. So if you pit right now, as long as you don't lose 40 seconds on the racetrack on slick tires, if you could stay 10 seconds off the pace for...
And look, AJ Allmendinger putting his dry tires on.
So, Steve, what did you say? It was all up to the driver. That was A.J. Allmendinger's stamp of endorsement to say, hey, I'm in. Let's try it. Why not? I can hang on with this quote. 3 rounds on the track bars. The adjustment here, that's a massive adjustment for these slick tires. A.J. going to have to hang on. So will Sam Mayer. He came down pit road. Now that they have a win in the bank for the one team, why not pit here? They're going to go to the slick tires as well, which you can see on the car with the yellow designation for the Goodyear on the sidewall of the tires. So there's the drivers that pitted. There's the drivers that did not. This is going to be fun to watch, Rick.
The one thing that
If they ever throw the green, it'll be pretty fun to watch, I guess.
The restart zone moved around the corner, and where these cars are going to restart at the very back of a single file line, how much time are they going to lose during that entire process? Once we actually get under green and go an entire lap, how far behind are they, and how much time will they continue to lose until those slicks maybe come into play and they can at least match or better the rain tire?
Well, that is for sure a concern. I think what would be the perfect world for these guys is to run 1 or 2 laps and then have an issue that generates a caution. Because then the rest of the field is going to have to decide if they want to put slicks on, and everyone that pits that point, they're going to just jump right in front of. The most important thing now is that your driver on slicks knows what you're trying to do. And goal 1 would be keep it on the asphalt. No matter how slow you have to go, let's keep it on the asphalt. Let's creep our way up to this.
I find it unacceptable that crew chiefs don't know the rules. I mean, that is the basis of what you do, is to know the rule of when you can pit and not pit. And
I am glad you did it, brother.
If you wanted to pit here and you didn't because you didn't understand the rule, then if I'm your driver, you and I are going to have a conversation tomorrow, Marty.
Well, the interesting thing, A.J. Allmendinger, as he was going down pit road very slowly, very carefully, told Chris Rice, he said, this is on me. It's either going to be dumb or really good. We're about to find out.
And Steve, you had mentioned a caution coming out and guys coming to pit road. Well, if this track dries out like we think it's going to,
Not if.
well, when? Yeah, they're all going to come to pit road anyway because they'll be going slower on those tires, so they've got to come to pit road. So that's an advantage for everybody who put the slicks on because they don't have to come to pit road once this track dries out.
Yeah, and they have fuel on board now, so that opens up a big portion of the kind of the playbook. Like I said, the risk is being wrong. I mean, okay, right here it's pretty wet, right? So the risk is being wrong and going off track, ending up in the grass, damaging a race car. I mean, it's
grass or in the gravel. We've seen that already as well on the Cup side during practice and qualifying.
Well, now that the track's good and dry and 2/3 of the field have rain tires on, let's drop the green flag. We're coming to the green, boys and girls. Not that anybody's listening to this right now.
And so at the top of the screen, we're going to watch the restart, but we're also
Since there's 3 of you here, bless your hearts.
on the bottom of the screen from his onboard as well as looking back at him. He is on slicks, so definitely not wet weather tires for A.J. Allmendinger. How difficult will it be for him? We're going to ride along with him.
It'll be fine. We rode around until like 80% of the track dried, so it's all good. Looks pretty fucking wet through there, though, and onto this front stretch, but we'll see. See how long it lasts. Watch the whole field go down to the bottom here to pick up this wet weather, this wet on the bottom of the track, because it dries pretty quick near the wall.
He has just entered the restart zone right now. That's how far behind the leader is, all the way in the entrance of turn 1. He's just left the restart zone.
The field makes it, well, the front half of the field makes it through turn 1. We went to single file restarts. Good call. There was a lot of spray there as they got into turn 1.
So far behind right now.
21 seconds behind, so let's see what kind of lap time he can make versus the guys on wet tires.
AJ is on the normal tires. It's pretty wet where he's at right now.
But the rest of the racetrack is drying pretty quickly.
See the drivers still shooting a little rooster.
I like how those mud flaps don't do shit to stop them from kicking up a rooster tail of water.
You know, first, that's where they'll start moving around trying to find moisture to keep the temperature down in the tire.
Oh! Chastain just got spun. I think the 24 got him, but he's all right. Loops it, keeps going. It's easy to loop a car back around when the track is wet.
See this, AJ's caught up to Sam Mayer.
And Sam too on the slicks as well. Probably best for Sam to get behind AJ and just kind of follow AJ. Use AJ as a rabbit to understand how hard he can push contact. Back bumper right there. 24 car.
Connor Moslak got him. Moslak's really good at taking people out.
More contact for Connor.
Oh, my God.
Big damage right there on the right front.
Big damage.
Pit road. See, way back top of the screen, A.J. Allmendinger getting down into the moisture on the front straightaway.
I mean, Justin Allgaier.
Make this tire live a little bit longer. As it tries, it's so soft, it's going to wear really quick.
Justin Allgaier is what you're talking about there?
Sorry.
7? Yep.
Junior's going to talk about that on his podcast for 30 minutes this week. I called Justin Allgaier Reggie Allmendinger, and I felt so dadgum stupid.
That lap right there was about 9 seconds off. So I think he will continue to get better. I mean, the track's coming to him, right? So if he
There's debris on that straightaway there from where the 24 got into a bunch of guys.
Well, you can see in the upper right corner of our screen, you see the leader of the 19 car, Ty Gibbs, and then the 10 car of AJ. That's how far back he is.
And again, the 19 still on the rain tires. Custer, Barry, Nemechek, Hill, all on rain tires up front. Off track was 26 of Kaz Gralla. Riding along with the Toyota on board, looking back now at that 45, Sage Karam.
And you see these cars kind of tiptoeing around. What AJ's
Even the cars on the wet weather tires are creeping around this track.
This is Kaz. You just see deep into the braking zones. Just not a lot of grip.
Bet he got a lot of moisture on the tires in the grass there. Kaz Gralla.
Just asking too much. Everybody trying to get down into this water here on the low side of the front straightaway.
You see the dry groove starting to develop.
And that's to keep those tires cool, or at least cooler, by getting a little moisture on them.
Yeah, just to try to make the tire live longer. It's going to wear quickly, lose a lot of speed, lap after lap. 7 laps to go. If you can take care of them, you might have.
I don't see how this race goes the full distance without getting stopped for darkness, do you?
Before we get to the end of this stage.
That lap, AJ Allmendinger only 3 seconds off the pace.
Marty.
Rick, here's the other thing that's going to help out A.J. Allmendinger, who's now 31 seconds behind the field. Cole Custer saying, hey, the track is ready, so they're debating on coming in this lap to put on the slicks. So they were not on the rain tires very long, Steve, so that could really flip the track position back to Allmendinger's favor, who's already on the slicks.
I think A.J. made the right call, pitting for the slick tires under the yellow. It's going to pay off here.
Would end up cycling to the lead. That's a lot of assumption, right? We're going to see how long everybody stays.
Pit this time for Cole Custer. He's running second to Ty Gibbs.
The pit entry box, it's hard to see, but it is driver's left right here in the grass. So the 0-0 is just going to go straight across right here. Did a nice job. And you see
Ty Gibbs, the leader on pit road as well. So a couple of cars peeling off.
Front of these two on slick tires. We'll look at their pit stops, and then we'll blend these two reference to A.J. Allmendinger after their stop, Marty.
Yeah, so they debated coming 1 lap earlier for Cole Custer. They come now here with 7 to go in stage 1. So it's going to be interesting as he slides to a stop and install very long pit boxes here at Indianapolis.
Long, narrow pit boxes.
Because there are those cars leaving pit road, and on the right side you see A.J. Allmendinger, car at the bottom of the screen, 2 cars behind him, the one of Santana.
A.J. thinking 3 steps ahead. It's going to pay off.
First are going to have a gigantic advantage on the teams that stayed out on wet tires.
So many different teams taking advantage of right now to put on those racing slicks, even though there is still moisture on some points of the racetrack.
You can see just how difficult it is to get the power down and get going. The 19 twitching a little bit through the puddles on pit exit. Now he's got to learn all over again what this car can do on a damp racetrack, a track that's trying to dry quickly with slicks.
Some difficult decisions have to be made with only 6 laps to go. What do people like Parker Kligerman, Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, those guys are racing for points. They need stage points. What happens if they pit? Can they pit and still get those stage points? Right now they currently won't get them. But if they stay out, will
Nemechek to pit road. Austin Hill to pit road. Josh Berry still running.
I mean, A.J. Allmendinger in the same lap as them, and the next 5 laps, he's going to be 3, 4, 5 seconds of a lap faster. We'll just have to see as it all cycles, Dave.
See John Hunter Nemechek picking up the last of the remnants of the water there on the outside. Then he'll get those Goodyear wet tires off, and he'll put the slicks on. His car has been pretty good.
I can't believe some of these guys ran as long as they did on the wet tires.
What he was doing now wants to get back to that dry setup that was working for him in the sunshine. Kim?
Bottom right, that's Austin Hill making his stop for the slick tires. They felt good about the car, weren't overly concerned about that left front damage that he sustained earlier in the race. So right now, just putting on slicks for Austin Hill.
And a reminder, at the end of the stage, there's not a caution. There's no break that happens at the end of the stage.
No stage break because it's not a standalone race. Not like Road America or Mid-Ohio.
For quite a few of these drivers, but it looks as though the 10 of A.J. Allmendinger has made the right call. They were able to come onto pit road before the green flag came out. They have worked their way around the track, and A.J. Allmendinger could end up leading before the end of the stage.
This kind of killed this race, to be honest with you. There's really nothing interesting about it now. Anybody else miss Jesse Awuji in the Xfinity series? Just ain't the same without that one caution, you know. This race almost needs a caution now to just reset it. Because they just jacked this shit all up. Oh my God. The 38 was so slow coming to the pits, and Riley Herbst was getting to pit road, obviously going the right pit road speed, and ran into the back of him. Not too hard, but he definitely bumped him. Like, come on, dude. Slowest car on the track, and you got to be the slowest car on pit road too. Which I'm assuming it's Joe Graff in the 38. I didn't see who was in it.
NASCAR Fan Rewards is free to join. You earn points by watching races. You can answer trivia, play fantasy, buy race tickets, and more. You save those points, trade them in for free tickets or autographed merchandise, plenty more. Visit NASCAR.com/fan-rewards. You're watching the Pennzoil 150 at the Brickyard after a lightning delay. After 7 laps had gone down, back to racing. Some went right out on the wet weather tires. Others chose to put on the racing slicks right away, making the track.
AJ is going to have a massive lead when Hemrick, Kligerman, Berry, and Allgaier hit the pits. I guess they're pushing to try to get these stage points. Not a bad idea. You're not going to win the race. You might as well maximize your points.
As of right now, they would be above the cut line, as you can see, plus 16 for Parker Kligerman, leaving him out. So Patrick Donahue making this call here on the rain tires to leave Parker Kligerman out. It might work out for them, Steve, even though A.J. Allmendinger's coming quick.
Yeah, I think A.J. might catch him, even Sam Mayer, because they were that aggressive group that Rick mentioned.
2 to go in the stage. It's Hemrick, Kligerman, Berry, Allgaier, and now Allmendinger, who just passed Allgaier.
That white car with the blue Xfinity across the windshield, that's A.J. Allmendinger, and in just 2 laps, I think he'll overtake the 48. But
When are they going to make a decision on whether or not they're going to shorten this race? Because I think they're going to have to shorten the race.
The 98, Riley Herbst, he was right behind Parker Kligerman 2 laps ago, and he decided to pit. I think that they gave away an opportunity to get some stage points here. You said it, Allmendinger's coming quickly, but there's only 1 or 2 others coming. I think the 98 is going to not get any points when they could have.
He was 6 seconds faster than race leader Hemrick last lap. There you see him go by him. So Allmendinger definitely faster than anyone else on the track right now on those slicks.
that was a nice job by Parker, though. That's not a position to get tested. You're on a different plan here. I mean, at this point, now the struggle is, I agree with scoring the points. Well, I like their plan. But, you got to pay up at some time, and what's going to happen is he's going to pay up by losing a lot of track position.
Because, again, I got to remind you, there won't be a caution that comes out at the end of the stage. And so when he comes to pit road, A.J. Allmendinger
to the lead.
90 seconds.
Just past Hemrick for the
As we hit 1 to go in the stage.
Now for Kligerman,
A.J. is going to win this race handedly, especially if they shorten it.
that's really the point now, right? The 48 has to go run 1 more lap. Here he comes, orange-nosed car right here. And behind him, Sam Mayer probably will get there. As he comes into the screen, that maroonish, goldish number 1 right
Maroonish,
here.
goldish.
He'll probably lose that spot. But I think that should be the only one.
He's got to come around and go by the start-finish line, so he's not going to run another lap. If he went down pit road, he would go so slow that he wouldn't be scored. So he's going to have to go by the start-finish line and stay on track.
Yeah, and this is going to cycle
2 laps.
way back, too. It's really going to hurt. When he does come to pit road, all these guys that have been out there running 5 seconds faster.
Also, after this is all said and done, when does NASCAR cycle back to a double file restart? For these drivers,
I would say the next restart will be double file. This track's pretty dry.
It was for AJ and those guys restarting back there.
Yeah, that's a great point. I bet they're looking at I'd be shocked if we see another single file restart.
That helps you if you have to lose track position under the pit stops. The exchange of pit stops during the stage.
Again, Kligerman running right now in the 4th position. Their strategy, stay out, get as many points as they can at the end of stage 1.
Oh, we got a little smoke here.
Smoke out of the 92.
Williams.
Don't know what that is.
That's down the straightaway, so that's not a lockup or anything like that. There's just something going on with his car.
He's already on the slicks.
A.J. Allmendinger wins stage 1. What a roller coaster of a 20 laps that was.
He goes across the stripe. Second stage win this year, second here. And again, A.J. Allmendinger
We are 10
so
laps
he's not
from halfway, which is important. We are dealing with possible darkness.
Great move for Parker. 4th in the stage. We'll get him 7 points guaranteed, regardless of what happens.
Could get a yellow here if this 92 doesn't stop smoking.
Understand where the smoke's coming from. Now, all of these cars, I imagine, are going to hit pit road next time by, Jeff. But you brought up a great point that they had to run a whole nother lap.
That lap is slow. I mean, you said it earlier. I mean, A.J. Allmendinger's running 92-second lap. Parker Kligerman, 100 seconds.
Allgaier, 3 wide. Chandler Smith not afraid to force the issue and put guys in a bad spot. Thought he was going to with the 7 there. And the 7 didn't take too kindly to it, it looks like.
The 16 on slicks, the 7 still on the rain tire.
NASCAR has told the 92, Josh Williams, to bring it onto pit road.
How nice of them. They told Josh Williams to bring it to pit road. He better not park it at start-finish this time.
I'm a little interested on the 7's plan here. Now, I know he's racing in the regular season and trying, there's other things at bay, but it's definitely going to hurt the 7. You see the pace difference, right? So we'll have to see how it all cycles out.
Hemrick was on that same situation, trying to earn points.
It's the same old.
Should be okay to make the playoffs, but it's hard to give points up when they're right in front of you.
AJ's going to have about a 17-second lead here.
48 of Parker.
Massive, massive lead for AJ in a race that's most likely going to be a little shortened.
Real quick on Josh Williams. He had a leak of some sort. They have taken the 92 car back to the garage. Parker Kligerman on pit road. Those 7 stage points now earned. But Steve, you mentioned it. You're going to have to pay the price right here. They'll fall back to about 15th or 16th for Parker Kligerman. Finally getting on those slick tires, Kim.
Well, the initial plan for Daniel Hemrick was to win that stage. Hopefully that's what team president Chris Rice came on the radio and told his driver. Well, maybe underestimated his teammate AJ Allmendinger as well as...
And the 11 stalls it. Parker Retzlaff is 4th. And he pitted the same time AJ did, so Jordan Anderson Racing with a good call.
It was a driver decision initially, and then they said, you know what, we're just going to probably stay out till the end of the stage, which they did, collected some stage points, and now Josh Berry will get service and head back out.
Teams making their way onto pit road. If they hadn't put the slicks on, you see on the left side of your screen those that gained stage points at the end of stage 1. Again, Allmendinger and Gibbs not running full-time in the Xfinity Series.
Less than 10 laps to halfway. This race needs a caution now. Let's be honest, this race should be almost over by now, right?
Back in Indianapolis, we have just talked about how Parker Kligerman gained points in stage 1. This is a second pit stop.
Kligerman had to pit again, a flat left front. So those stage points aren't really going to pay off for him at this rate.
Well, it can happen in multiple ways. Either the socket on the gun can hit it when they're tightening the wheel. That's kind of odd on the tires away from pit wall. It's usually on the closer times when they jack it. Sometimes a lug nut can hit one, contact with another car. So we've seen it happen before. Unfortunately for the 48, though, that flat tire is going to cost him a bunch of time on the racetrack.
And being scored right now, a lap down in the 30.
Kyle Weatherman's top 10. He pitted when AJ did.
Josh Berry, a little bit of luck.
So the big winners here, AJ, Sam Mayer, Parker Retzlaff, and Kyle Weatherman.
Stalled the car, and that allowed the tire changer to pull it out. That would have been a penalty for Josh Berry. See right here? Goes in, makes an adjustment. Josh starts to leave. He doesn't grab it, slows down, and then the tire changer gets it. Either that was a little bit of luck with him stalling the car, or potentially that was a great job by the crew chief saying stop, 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 and then the tire changer pulled it out. Marty.
So, Jeff, let me show you Parker Kligerman's left front tire. It actually was the inside valve stem, Steve, so that would indicate probably was not the air gun when they took the tire off. Would that have been a lug nut that maybe knocked that off?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Marty. So basically, remember, in the Xfinity Series, at some tracks, they still run interliners and regular inside the tire. So you have two valve stems, an inner and an outer. The inner one would be for the interliner. Don't run interliners here, but the wheels still have them. So hard for the air gun to kind of go in between those spokes and catch that one. So that tells me that super unfortunate. Like a lug nut can get on top of the brake caliper as the rotor, as the wheel spins around, it can knock it off. That is as
Pace is picking up in this race again.
Again, Parker staying out, wanting to get some of those stage points. He earned 7 for his finish in stage 1, but now running in the 35th position of the 38 cars on the track.
So
He's going to need some help.
Sorry, Rick. It shows you how important stage points are. By staying out and getting those points, you know, he's going to not maybe have a great day because of that problem, but he got the stage points and they're available to him. Now, you could make an argument that if he had
This race would have been way more interesting if they dropped the green about 10 minutes sooner.
You know, I just don't know that when you're in these tight battles, I just don't know how you give up stage points when they're sitting in front of you. I think you have to gamble, even if you give up track position later, and get them when they're available.
Dave, what about the other Parker? Parker Retzlaff.
That's right. He's the second one in the field. He was one of the first ones to pit for the
Today he's the first Parker.
And so he got back out there and got going. Now you see him nice on the brake zone there. He said, I hadn't done very much road racing at all in my career before this year, but I went to one skip barber school, so Ross Chastain would be proud. Just getting his way around here now. Lost a couple of positions, Marty, but trying to hang in there now.
Dave Hunt, Chandler Smith, the rookie, having a nice run, sitting in the 6th position among those group that took slicks early on. I talked to Chandler this morning. I said, how do you feel about road course racing? He said, I don't know. I didn't grow up doing it. I'm still learning it on the fly, and this racetrack certainly very difficult for me. And he told me, Kim, I want to finish top 5. If I don't finish top 5, I know how good our cars are. That makes me the weak link. I don't like being the weak link.
Well, Marty, there was a lot of expectation out of Sammy Smith this weekend because the team told me they are so comfortable.
Look at the damage on the 18. My God.
Left front damage right now. That's suspension damage. They told Sammy just hang on. We'll fix
Hang
it
on.
next time you pit.
Tell the left front tire to hang on.
Until their pit window opens.
That camber looks significant on that left front, but I don't think that he has a problem with a tie rub or anything like that, but I'm not sure they'll be able to make the adjustments to be able to help improve that situation, Steve.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's tipped in much more than any other car, so it's either bent something in the suspension, the shims themselves have come loose. By looking at the damage, I'm going to bet on the bending. He's definitely hit something, and as you point out, he's able to make lap time, but it's going to wear that tire out very, very quickly, much faster than it should, so the 18's going to have to kind of continue to alter their strategy to make sure they keep tires on it.
So again, there was a 43-minute red flag that pushed the restart back of this race for the cars to get out on track. One of the issues that they could run into is sunlight. I mean, the sunset here is 8:45, but right now the sun has just gone behind a big cloud that's off.
We got a smoker, Perez, the 53.
Slow on the racetrack. This could be a problem here. Could possibly bring out.
Well, he's off the track.
He can stop on the racetrack.
Well, he's
off the course. He's on the oval.
So he is on the NASCAR oval, right? So let's see where he's at. The racetrack is actually.
And we have a caution.
Caution's out.
They got to get him out of there. There's really no way to get him.
Go get him. That's basically what would be NASCAR turn 1.
Might be fluid on the track as well from before he got off course. Got a fire in the right front.
Fire under the hood there, and we see it burning on the right front wheel.
He said he was out of brake, so you wonder if there's some sort of a problem with that caliper. Maybe it melted a seal, something like that, and the brake fluid's burning.
And now it's going to be a very stressful time because we already talked about the fuel window being 30 laps, 35 to go, maybe 34 to go when the pace car picks you up, a restart with 33 or 32 to go. It's going to be right on a fuel window. To your point, Jeff, you can see the fluid, right, running out of that. Well, you could.
It's just a hydraulic system, so if you lose fluid,
They put the donut glaze on the right front to put the tire out, to put the fire out there.
When you push the brake pedal, whichever master cylinder.
Man, I'm fucking bored.
Which this is on the right front.
Nobody gave a shit about Xfinity today.
You push the brake pedal down, it does not engage the good master cylinder. It just
Disappointed.
bad one, and you have no brakes anywhere, front or rear.
And on the left side, you see the running order: Allmendinger, Mayer, Gibbs, Custer. We just got that great update on 31 of Parker Retzlaff. Parker Kligerman with that flat tire. He's all the way down at 34th, a lap down. Ross Chastain is a lap down. So, you know, they have an uphill battle here with 35 laps to go in the race. They're going to have to try to figure out what options they have after we see the pit cycle.
Free passes come out when a caution comes out, but it's only to the highest scored lap down car, which when the caution came out, I believe it's going to be the 6 of Poole, who's running in the 28th position. So now the caution comes out, which means a restart coming up.
Means the pit window's open. I'm pretty sure. Got to be close to it. Such a lonely day, and it's fun.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Credit One Bank, the credit card company. Just the second caution has come out here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Xfinity Series still 34 laps to go. Tomorrow, the stars of the Cup Series take to the Indy Road Course.
The stars. I thought Indy Road Course last year was pretty good. Got a little clusterfucky, but that's how it's been both years they've run it. Can Chris Buescher go 3 in a row? He's got a better chance than most people probably think.
What are we expecting?
I'm looking forward to all the international talent we have. I hope that they all do
extremely impressed with how competitive practice was. A few guys stood out. Daniel Suarez sat on the pole. He's racing to get himself in the playoffs. He had incredible speed, but short of 2 or 3 at the top, there seem to be about 25 cars that all can run the same speed. I expect a very competitive race tomorrow.
Nobody has said Shane Van Gisbergen is going to repeat on a road course. You don't think he can do it?
I think he can do it. I think it's just going to.
Worth noting, Shane Van Gisbergen qualified 8th for tomorrow. Man might go undefeated.
Everybody's got a lot of speed around this racetrack. But, just like in Chicago, he just kept getting faster and faster as the race went on. And very limited practice here. And I think we haven't seen his best yet.
The difference in Chicago was that he had pace right off the bat. He was the fastest car in practice.
Pits are open. We got a split decision here. Sam Mayer and Cole Custer stay out. AJ brings a bunch of cars down pit road with him.
This is interesting because, as Steve pointed out, they are short to be able to make it to the end of the race. In fact, Chris Rice told
They're short to make it to the end of the scheduled distance.
They think new tires will be way too important. AJ said on the radio, the platform is much better. I just need more turn.
You might not be racing to 62 laps if it gets dark. We get a lot of cautions.
The car is solid, but he said they're good until they get too hot. That means the brakes on that car, so they are going to check a couple of things, maybe adjust some tape at the front. They worked out the choreography. Crew chief Jason Ratcliffe against the wall, making sure his team knew exactly what to do. Ty gets 4 fresh good tires, Sunoco fuel.
Oh! Didn't get all 4 wheels tied on the 19. He had to back up. It's going to cost him a lot of positions.
Came back, tightened it back up, and we have a restart when we return to Indy.
It is fucking dead in here today. Like I said, this race needed a caution to spice it up. It got one. It looks like, if that leaderboard's correct, at least 15 cars stayed out. So AJ's lost his track position. Still don't know why this race had to start at fucking 5:30. Almost 6 o'clock when it started.
Steve, we see him 2 by 2 now, a double foul restart.
Yeah, they went to single file just for the wet conditions, back to dry, so back to double file restart. That 10
Okay, so AJ is 4th row inside.
First guy off of pit road with fresh tires. He's going to be fun to watch.
He should get the lead back pretty quickly here.
Back there in the row behind him in the 19.
So the leaderboard was a little off on however many cars stayed out.
Gathered up a bunch of time with this caution.
Got to be in that top 10 to get a good shot at the restart here, and AJ is. Oh, man, coming off of 14 already. He's inside 3 wide on Sieg and Josh Berry for 2 positions.
See that 10 working to the inside.
We're on the halfway lap.
On the inside of turn 1.
Ooh. Oh, casual contact. Door-to-door for the lead, Mayer and Custer. Mayer takes it. Sam Mayer has really stepped his game up lately. He is the most consistent junior motorsports car and driver. Did not think I'd say that. He's really got his shit together. His teammates need to take a hint.
Up in third place. You see the field snaking through turns 5 and 6, headed to turn 7.
I like the cars that pitted under that caution. Obviously, because AJ's one of them, but I think that was the right strategy call.
Still very congested here.
Tires are really going to mean a lot here.
Right there. Rick, see you get shoved around.
AJ into second. Correction, third. Mayer has such a big lead, it looked like AJ was second. Mayer's got a big lead, but it ain't going to last long.
Trying to take away second place from Custer.
Allmendinger's job right now through this complex is just to lead with forward momentum out of 13 so he can carry speed on to 14. This is 14 right here. You need forward momentum on that 00 to try to outbreak him into turn 1.
Halfway, we made it. Official race.
Allmendinger was also sliding around. A long way to go now. Break him from here. Let's see if he can do it. Custer is not going to allow it.
A lot of racing still to go. There's 9 laps to go in stage 2.
Gibbs gets around Moffitt as well to go into 5th place in that 19 car. Custer losing a spot here to AJ. AJ now clear into 2nd place, going after Sam Mayer for 1st.
Sun back out behind the clouds, and his drivers snaking their way through 6, headed to 7.
Snaking their way. That's the phrase that Rick Allen's used a lot today. Oh, Josh Berry missed the corner. Lost 2 spots.
Riley Herbst and Austin Hill get by him.
There's John Hunter Nemechek in the 20, just in front of the 11 of Henrik.
Chandler Smith in the 16 now trying to put the pressure on Josh Berry, but to his inside comes Nemechek.
Nemechek's been quiet today. Nemechek and Allgaier both. Allgaier's 4th now. Nemechek's not had track position really at any point in this race.
We talked about Parker Kligerman trying some strategy to gain points in stage 1. Well, right now he is the highest scored car 1 lap down, which would receive the free pass if a caution would come out.
Yes, to the inside here of Allgaier.
Can't believe Mayer still has the lead.
I think that 19 car is the fastest car. They had a slow pit stop right there.
He's the fastest car, and he's no longer 18 seconds behind AJ Allmendinger, so this might be a race again when these two get up front. Because he lost a lot of time when AJ got on the slick tires, and now they're equal.
Trying to keep that 10 car. Gibbs is trying to keep that 10 car in view. I agree. I think he's just a little bit better than AJ here once they get into clean air. Marty.
Yeah, Junior checked in with Marty Lindley, the crew chief for Sam Mayer, right in front of AJ Allmendinger. I said, why did you stay out? He said, well, we were short, but I really wanted that playoff point. I thought other cars would come with us. Steve, you've been in that boat before where you thought more cars would stay out on the racetrack, and didn't happen. So looks like AJ Allmendinger might steal that playoff point from Sam Mayer.
Yeah, Sam's got a big challenge.
7 whole laps. He's not going to hold them off. He's going to lose the lead this coming lap.
Allmendinger, a little bit fresher tires, very good race car, and a very good road course driver. You see at the bottom left, that final pit window is for sure open now. So it'll be interesting if Sam Mayer gets passed by the 10, if he chooses to come to pit road or stay out for a few points. Still 7 laps away.
I would hit pit road as soon as possible and hope to catch a caution before AJ has to pit later. Once you see you're not going to win the stage, just hit pit road, catch a caution later, and then stay out and get the track position back maybe. Might be your only play to get in front of AJ and Ty to even remotely have a chance.
Just a couple races ago, Junior mentioned it. It was like 15 pounds off my shoulders. Now he races with confidence. The whole team races with confidence.
Wow, he gets into the back of the 10 car there. AJ's struggling to get through the few corners once he cleared the one. Interesting set of circumstances. I think Sam was actually trying to let him through in turn one. AJ wasn't sure if he was actually trying to let him through or not. So those two arguing or trying to sort that out has allowed Custer and Gibbs to close the gap a little bit behind them.
Mayor's win came at Road America. So his first Xfinity Series win comes on a road course. Now battling with AJ Allmendinger for the lead here, running second. Listen to how high AJ Allmendinger's revving that engine.
Yeah, he is. Sam there, though, once Allmendinger got by him, really kept pace with him that whole lap.
Yeah, I've always said, man, you get behind some of these road course guys, they're so good.
Ooh, Gibbs gives Custer a shot.
Gibbs.
Turn 14.
It's like, man, hey, maybe a little bit of room there.
Gibbs tried to wreck Custer in turn 14 for no reason.
Gibbs is aggressive. Always kind of has been. But I think for Sam to be able to get behind AJ, now he's going to school. You know, he probably won't be
Now
able to
Custer's loose in turn 1, losing another spot to Allgaier. I was hoping Custer was going to get back to Ty Gibbs.
master at the road courses. As
He's
AJ
not gonna.
Allmendinger in the 10 cars. So I love being able to be out there with the great road course racers and be able to see them go around the corners and you're like, wow, okay, I'm not extending myself or pushing the car to that limit. The car can do more. I just need to trust it.
So back in the field, Castrollo, we saw him earlier, have some issues again off course.
Cascarella can't stay on the damn track.
Through the Geico sign. Through the sun in his eyes.
Well, they got a little help from Chandler Smith.
Car in his left rear quarter panel.
Got a little help there. Chandler Smith to his inside.
Probably doesn't have a tinted visor. That's why it's not down.
No, it was tinted. It was just up.
I think he'd want to take advantage
Jeff
of that.
Burton's a know-it-all.
Yeah. That's me having dirty windshield. I think the combination of maybe the windshield being a little dirty and the tinted visor makes it difficult to understand or see what he wants to see on the racetrack.
We'll be back from the Toyota onboard of Casgrala. Saw Josh Balicki there right behind him.
Back up front. See back there in that fourth place, the 7-car of Allgaier. He has been exceptionally fast. We talked to him before the race. They haven't been able to execute on that speed the last few weeks. Had winning race cars and just did not get the wins. I don't know if he has that pace today. I kind of feel like he's holding this group up behind, but if he gets a little bit of clean air, or not clean air, but gets a little bit of breathing room for that 00 of Custer where he can run the laps he wants to run. Let's see what kind of pace he has. I don't know it's there today, but it's very hard to focus, Dave, when they're right on your rear bumper.
And Jeff, he radioed his crew during that last caution, I'm going to have to nurse the transmission to the end. So, doesn't mean it's broken, but Jeff, if you had to nurse it, I mean, you just couldn't be as aggressive as the other guys.
Well, nursing it means you have to be very positive with your downshift, meaning when things are working well, you give it a little bit of throttle, get some RPMs in it, and you kind of
Custer all over the back of Allgaier. Don't take your frustration with Ty Gibbs out on Justin Allgaier.
when it's not doing that, you have to be very aggressive with your downshifts and your upshifts to make sure you get it in gear.
I love how floaty the cars look. All 4 cars in that shot look real floaty coming through that corner. Oh, Custer missed the corner. He's going to run Allgaier wide.
He was getting aggressive behind the double
Just a
zero.
little. Then he gives it back. He gets plenty of room. Oh, and Allgaier takes him to the grass. And around goes Custer. Custer's frustration got the best of him there. That's a shitty spot to be spun. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Actually, it's spun out of the groove.
That started with his frustration with Ty Gibbs and him and Allgaier. He took it out on Allgaier, and then Allgaier just said, fuck it. Which Allgaier got loose. I don't think Allgaier meant to put him in the grass.
Now back on track, but outside the top 20.
Tough break for the 00.
Here at Indy.
Really, it cost them both. Allgaier lost 3 positions out of that, too. But Custer lost about 15 or 20. Josh Berry hits pit road. Custer's got a pretty significant... He should pit this time. No doubt about it. Should have pitted already, my opinion. Guys like Mayer and Custer should have pitted already. You're not going to beat AJ and Gibbs on just on raw speed. You're going to have to outsmart them. Have to do something. Just to try to get in front of them. Gibbs going for second. Tread carefully here, Mayer. And Gibbs should get him in this corner. Hate for Sam Mayer to have to give up a spot, but he really has no choice. He was a lot nicer to the 19 than I would have been based on their history. If I was a guy like Mayer, I'd take every chance to fuck that little bastard over. Allgaier just pitted. His final stop. AJ's pretty vulnerable here if a caution were to come out. He's going to run another lap. Whoops. There's my remote. I'm so clumsy.
The NFL season kicks off.
Yeah, September 7th, bitch. We are close to real NFL football, not shitty preseason football.
That's only on NBC and Peacock. Steve, I didn't see your Patriots in there.
It's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy year
For the Patriots. This just happened.
Daniel Hemrick, John Hunter Nemechek. Ooh, no, the 11 spun out and damn near took the 20 with him. Well, he made sure to slow down the 20. He didn't mean to. Hemrick busted his ass and ruined Nemechek's day as well. Maybe not ruined his day, but cost them both a lot of time.
Both corners. You see. There, yeah, see the tire rub on the right front. For Nemechek. Quite a bit of damage. Now you see the smoke.
Bad luck, Nemechek. He's been good luck, Nemechek, really, for the better part of a month. A lot of cars riding around out here looking like they just left Martinsville.
Regular season point battle with the 21 of Austin Hill. Austin Hill run fifth.
Currently on the final lap of stage 2. Again, no caution will come out at the end of the stage. See the regular season standings. Nemechek and Hill came into this race tied for season points. Allgaier 34 back, Custer 111 back. Hemrick and Smith are fighting for position here. Dave.
Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed, who needs stage points and needs points as he's on the bubble.
Damn, Hemrick running the shit out of his teammate there.
16. Sheldon has moved from 11th all the way up to the 4th place during this stage. If he hangs on here, he'll get some nice stage points. Has said the car has been quite good. No real changes wanted. We will see if they have to stop again for fuel.
These guys are teammates. It's 11 and 16. I don't know what's going on here. Who's after who here? None of these guys are real happy with each other.
Junior's right. I don't know what the hell that was about.
I know John Hunter was not happy with Daniel Hemrick. That move in turn 1.
But he went by him, right? Given the opportunity to go and run into him. He just decided to go past him. Shows a lot of maturity on that 20 car. Kim.
And just a
Stage winner, Ray Allmendinger.
They got on the radio and gave a very quick and very direct
21, 22 laps to go, I think.
Again, this team trying to get
Yeah, 22 to go.
here to build their playoff points and get a position.
Stays green, this race can go the full distance.
Started 5 weeks.
If they get a bunch of cautions, it might not.
Results of stage 2. Allmendinger swept stage 1 and 2. See a lot of tire smoke now on John Hunter Nemechek on that right front.
And so Sheldon Creed getting those stage points there, that's a big deal for him with Parker Klingerman having trouble sitting there a lap off the pace. But if a caution comes out right now, Parker's in that free pass spot, so he's hoping for that yellow flag if it'll come before the leader starts to begin lapping more cars, right? The next car to go a lap down would be Cole Custer, Ryan Sieg. So
Holy hell.
Parker's hoping for that yellow to come out.
Yeah, Parker stayed out the first run. He got 7 points. Then Riley Hurt stayed out the second run. He got 6 points. And Creed, this second run also, he got 7 points. So that move by Parker staying out on a racetrack, all it did was kind of made everything even. But had he not done it, he could have lost points.
Oh, but as long as Parker's trapped a lap down, that just doesn't allow him to be able to get himself back into this race and climb back up through the field to be able to get himself back into the battle at the bubble line. If we finish the race right now, 43 points between the 2 and the 48. Marty.
So Marty Lindley wanted to get the playoff points.
Sam Mayer hits pit road, 20 to go.
They have done, Rick, has scored the most stage points of any team today with 17 for Sam Mayer. He said, I just need more turn late in the run. Too tight, both in the left-handers and the right-handers as well for the winner at Road America, Kim.
Daniel Hemrick also on pit road during this lap, telling his team, I don't have as much lateral grip and I need more forward.
Hemrick on pit road, he needed fresh tires. He needs grip. Not a great pit stop, but they weren't going to win anyway.
John Hunter Nemechek now brings the 20 car down pit road. The crew will get a better look close up at that damage here. See if they do anything for that. Mainly the right front headlight caved in. They will get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel a tear off so John Hunter can see better, but no real adjustments for the car right now as he tries to ride it out to the end. Try to get another win here, but it's going to be tough. Oh, tire gets away.
Oh! Almost an uncontrolled tire on Nemechek.
We saw the fender
Almost.
smacked out so that they could try to get some clearance there on the right front.
Yeah, somebody that's having a really good day. Josh Malicki, sitting there running 8th place, pretty much on the same strategy as everybody around him as far as when he last pitted. Josh doing a really good job in this race car. Has good speed. We just saw it make some good quality passes. Good race car driver showing what he can do right now.
Had a top 10 at Road America this year. His best Xfinity Series finish. Looking to have another great run today.
Josh Malicki doesn't run the full season, so only his 7th start this year. Dave?
Riley Herbst brings a 98 to pit road. The beginning part of the run was okay, but on the later part of the run, he was losing that old rear lateral grip. So they'll make an adjustment there, possibly just air pressure adjustment for Goodyear tires. Sunoco fuel going on for him, and he'll get that tear off as well. Vision, a big deal now, as it's getting a little bit darker here around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Can't blame Vision.
Sun's getting low, big
Was speeding, coming off.
John Hunter Nemechek too fast on pit road on top of an unbelievably slow stop to fix damage. So he's not going to luck into one today, ladies and gentlemen.
Pit stop plus the penalty. It's going to send him way down in the standings. We talked about it at the top of the show. John Hunter Nemechek, kind of the favorite right now to win this championship, but they have to minimize these type of mistakes. It seems to be something that John Hunter finds.
A.J. Allmendinger hitting pit road as they hit 19 to go here. Ty Gibbs follows him in, so they're pitting together. He was maybe 2.5 seconds ahead of Ty, maybe 3.
So there was a bit of a debate here about when they would come down pit road. They saw how critical Goodyear tires were here, so they're going to take on 4 tires here and get the Sunoco fuel they need to the end. They were again 6 laps short the last time they did it.
Not a great stop for AJ. Not a great stop. Not a great stop for Gibbs either, from what I can tell. I think he's going to beat AJ out. Yeah, he'll beat AJ out, I think. Oh, we got a car stop. Turn 1. Whoever Andre Castro is.
In that runoff area of turn 1, let's take a look at how it happened.
He's broken something in the
Something's
back.
broke. Axle. Track bar.
And that's the tire smoke. That's tire smoke from the tire, rubbing the quarter panel. So he's going to pull this car off the racetrack. He's recognizing there's an issue.
Actually, Gibbs and AJ come out door to door. Gibbs pulls ahead, takes the lead. 10 had a bad stop. 19's was a little better. But they're bumper to bumper. Don't let him get away now, AJ. Don't let him get away, AJ. Don't let him get away. And we have a caution. So this will put Gibbs and AJ up front. And all the cars that are currently on track are fucked. Which will be Creed, Clements, Balicki, Karam, Parker Retzlaff, Jeb Burton, Preston Pardis. And yeah, the 34 is off track, but if somebody missed turn 1, they could crash into him. It's a dangerous situation when you go back and look at the Kyle Larson, Ty Dillon wreck from last year. I see why they threw a caution here. And now this race will no doubt become a massive clusterfuck.
I haven't seen him stop at his stall, so if he knows he entered under a red light, it doesn't sound like he's already making an excuse for coming down to pit road when it was closed.
No, they're going to stop, it looks like.
So it's a...
Guys, they were not sure at all. They were asking the spotters, did you see, did we make it? There was not a lot of communication to help them out, so they went ahead and pitted it. Remember, he's made up all this ground, a little tight in the left-hander, so he'll get a little adjustment for that. But that was really close. The team knew it from the start.
So if he makes it with pit road still open, this is a huge break for Sheldon Creed. He'll gain track position. If pit road was closed, this will be a penalty for pitting under a closed pit road. It'll be tail end. Let's take a look right here. So right here is the light. Over here, you see it looks like it's already red.
It's already red. How'd the two?
Yeah, I mean, it's not green. It's
it's red. He could see that it was red.
You see the yellow flag.
So yeah, Sheldon Creed's going to go tail into the longest line now. And the other 6 cars that hadn't pitted yet are just going to have to pit and be behind the leaders anyhow. AJ and Ty almost ran too long, but they hit pit road just before this caution, the lap before this caution.
You just blend where you would have, and they do that because...
And Ross Chastain's going to the garage. He's been quiet today.
I couldn't just turn left, or I would have been in traffic, or couldn't stop the car. So you can proceed through pit road, but they chose to pit. And it was pretty clear on that replay that it was absolutely closed.
And I think we saw the 91 there of Ross Chastain going into the garage.
Yeah, I think Chastain has some suspension issue as well in the back of that car, something maybe similar to this 34 car.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to see track bars broken on road courses as they're turning and hitting the curbs. It puts a tremendous amount of force on the bracket, on the track bar itself. And if the parts aren't built 100% right, if they've been fatigued a little bit before, they can fail.
So Andre Castro brings out the 3rd caution of the day. The 24-year-old out of New York City making just his 2nd start this season.
A rain caution and 2 back marker blow-up cautions. That's what we've had today.
The 2 is going to have to restart at the tail end of the field.
78 is going to be the free pass, which is unfortunate for the 48.
Yeah, this was that opportunity, right? That yellow that he was hoping for, Letarte, to get. I'm telling you, if you trap down 1 lap, but now the 2 has made a mistake. So now he's given a bunch of points back coming to pit road when it's closed. But he does have that opportunity on the lead lap to hustle back through the field as much as he can with only a few laps remaining in the race.
All little things, Matt, like not understanding where that light is to look at it. See, now pit road's going to be full from everybody. Was not able to pit before that caution came out.
Yeah, Jeff, they're going to have to fall behind all those who did pit earlier before the caution came out, but Sage Karam, so many terrific runs here in the Indianapolis 500, also on the Indy road course as well, trying his hand at the Xfinity race after that terrific finish at Road America a couple weeks ago. Comes in third right now. Car just way too tight. Their biggest concern, they have significant right front damage here. They're going to have to get that knocked out to make sure there's not a tire rub, Kim.
And you see Jeremy Clements in the middle there. He told me this morning that he felt like they've had good speed at road courses. They've just faced bad luck. A solid day for them would be a top 15, a top 10 as they get 4 tires snow go fuel, Dave.
Parker Retzlaff gives up 4th position, brings the 31 to pit road for Jordan Anderson Racing. He said, I've lost all grip, so the 4 fresh Goodyear tires, that will help for sure. Not sure what else they can do for him at this point.
A lot of changes have taken place. We'll tell you who receives the free pass, who's back on the lead lap, and again, a restart.
Oh boy.
2 wide restart. That will happen when we return.
Let me pose a question to my non-existent audience here. How many more cautions are we getting? I say 3. And I think that's being optimistic. I'll say 3. I'll take your silence as an agreement. I like that this Xfinity Series commercial has a bunch of highlights from a race I was at. 2 races I was at. Darlington last fall and Martinsville last spring. 2 of the best Xfinity races all last season. Well, here we come to the green. Gibbs is the leader. AJ second. Second row is Allgaier and Sam Mayer. Hit the new restart zone and we're off. AJ, don't let him get away. Outbreak him, AJ. This is your moment. This is your specialty. Outbreak him. Oh, yeah. Here it comes. The big AJ Allmendinger dive bomb, outbreak maneuver. Gibbs made that corner perfect, though. Ooh, AJ sends him off. Gave him a bump. Oh, Brandon Jones got spun. He was having a shit day anyway. He's fine. Didn't hit anything. This is going to be a dogfight with Ty and AJ.
Coming up on 15 laps to go in this race.
Showing to the inside of Gibbs once again. Oh, Gibbs cut down on him. Bunch of cars run off track here. Gibbs cut down on AJ there pretty hard.
Sam Mayer puts the bumper to the back of the 10.
Gibbs might have won the race there with that move.
Always seems to show up at the end of these races.
Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier trying to capitalize on Nemechek's shitty day for regular season points.
He needed to try to get Ty Gibbs right there. Ty has been I think he's been the fastest car all day. Hasn't always had track position. I think Allmendinger knew it, trying to make something happen.
Hill looked to the outside.
Although Nemechek's already back in the top 10. I'm kind of shocked.
And a little bit of cleanup because it was a bit chaotic for that yellow. So as we see right here, a pass between the 21 and the 7. The 98 of Herbst no longer in the screen. He was speeding under his green flag stop, which basically put him to the tail end for this restart. And Parker Kligerman, the penalty on the 2, as crazy as this is going to sound, that was the only car that had Parker a lap down. So when the 2 was penalized for pitting under the closed pit road, that moved Parker Kligerman back on the lead lap, and he's up to 15th and coming. A very good road racer trying to make the most of it.
And back to only 14 points separating Creed and Kligerman for that final spot in the playoffs.
Holy hell.
Brennan Poole almost turned around there, dropping a tire off.
Is that Mosak with a lot of damage? Again. Yeah, Connor Mosak's got right front damage again.
Cole Custer trying to drive through this pack of cars. Kaz Gralla in the 26. Ryan Seed back there in the 39 and the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek. Here's Jeb Burton.
Good news for Sam Mayer is he's so far to the front he didn't have to worry about seeing Jeb Burton again.
Back here in the pack. Oh, Jeb Burton's going to dive to the inside here in the braking zone.
Got some cars hitting pit road. Hemrick, Chandler Smith, and the 38 pitted.
The 11 also ended up in the grass. Look at that. Oh, Parker. Sends Poole into the
Parker said, "Excuse me, Brennan, I need more racetrack."
We saw Brandon Jones turned around earlier. This is why.
3. Who the fuck dive bombed in the... Kaz Gralla. I was going to say, is it Connor Mosak? No, it was Kaz Gralla who dive bombed 3 wide. Now watch Gibbs just run AJ.
That was Mozak came in there out of nowhere. Clean.
Connor Mosak's a fucking weapon, dude.
16 to the 11. That was a hard lick.
A total weapon.
3 wide battle again. It's not worked out very well anytime it's tried. This time they all found a way to make it work.
Gibbs is pulling away from AJ. It's a second and a half ahead.
Respect levels dropping. So we get to finish. Yeah,
We threw it right out the window.
I love it, man. It's fun to watch. I mean, bad for some of these guys to get the bad end of the deal, but sure is entertaining.
See what Brandon Jones does.
Miguel Paludo looked like he was off the pace at the very back of the field.
He's on the outside here as they get into turn 7.
Kyle Weatherman there getting a little business from the 02 car. Perkins in that car today.
Preston Bartis in the 50, trying to hold off Brandon Jones. Gibbs out in front of Allmendinger by 1.8 seconds now.
Lead still growing for Gibbs.
A little bit of damage, to the 10 car. Right
Yeah, Gibbs cut down on AJ and pushed in that right front fender.
Road America, and here
That's exactly what happened.
Allmendinger down for second.
Yeah, I wonder if the damage that AJ has to that right front is hurting that car at all. Marty.
Boy, drivers throwing haymakers out there right now, aren't they? AJ Allmendinger does have a little bit of damage. Chris Rice told him, hey, they lost control of the race. That was our bad. We lost it on pit road. Dinger gained a little bit of ground on Sam Mayer right here, but Dinger came back very calmly on the radio, said, doesn't matter, our car's way too tight. So Jeff was right on it by saying that was his shot to be able to get by Ty Gibbs. Meanwhile, Sam Mayer right behind him, they said, hey, driving too hard. Right now, back it down just a little bit. You can still catch the 10. Kim?
Marty, let's get a Toyota driver update. Ty Gibbs out front. Remember, he's a 3-time road course winner in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And the goal this weekend, running on the Xfinity side, was to get more comfort on the Cup side of things. Just more experience at this racetrack, because Ty has a huge opportunity ahead of him on the Cup side of things. Currently in the playoff picture, just +3. And so they think this is going to inject a huge boost of confidence for Ty on the Cup side of things. Currently P1.
P1, 1.7 second advantage right now. Let's take a look at the Ruoff Mortgage Keys to Victory Lane.
Well, we just saw how aggressive things are the few laps after a restart. We can imagine what it's like if we get one later. You're going to have to survive it, but you also have an opportunity to gain some position.
And the best advice in NASCAR road course racing is to stay on the asphalt.
No shit.
Stay on the asphalt, minimize
Asphalt
mistakes.
good, grass
You
bad.
can have a great finish.
Well, and when is the finish? We have sunlight now, and there's enough time if we run green. But if we get multiple yellows, that sun is going to set very quickly. Will we run the full distance, or will this end up being a shortened affair?
Taking a look here at Jeff Burton and Ryan Sieg down into turn 7.
Damn, Jeb.
Tire starts wheel hopping.
Well, now Jeb can't say shit about what Mayer did to him.
Just trying to get down in the braking zone. Everything's hot. The brakes are hot, and they don't perform quite as well late in these races. You try to get everything you can, trying to do what the car.
Well, we got to sit here for 12 laps and watch the Jesus freak drive away with a big lead.
Down in the braking zone, and that wheel hopping's going to start.
While we're all bored.
We saw he got in trouble, had that left front tire flat early in the race. Now he's battled back. He's running in 10th spot right here with a fast race car. A little bit quicker than the cars in front of him. So he's got an opportunity, Marty, to gain even more spots and gain some points.
Yeah, he snuck through there and got 2 on that little wheel hop by the 27 a moment ago. And after that happened, they came on the radio and they told Parker, we're not done. We can still get more positions. What an incredible rally.
Gibbs' lead is pushing to 3 seconds now.
Left front after the second stop of the day. Here they are in the top 10. Unbelievable.
And Steve, you mentioned it, because of the 2 and the penalty, he was able to get back on the lead lap. Now he went from running 27th to already in the top 10.
You know, if they're still doing the all-you-can-eat boneless wings shit at Applebee's, maybe I'll have to find an Applebee's on the way to Darlington in a few weeks. I expected more chaos here. I'm disappointed. Especially now that old Jesus Loves Us This I Know is going to win the race. Pray for everybody running near Connor Mosack. He's a nightmare to race around. Sieg, Brandon Jones, and whoever's in the 50 are right behind him. Better stay behind him. Might get dealt with otherwise. Ooh. Sieg basically cut the track there. In the most pointless chicane in NASCAR. The most pointless chicane in all of racing is the one on the infield straightaway at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's like the dumbest corner ever. Brandon Jones getting outrun by Brennan Poole. What a waste of a fucking ride he is. Cup race on NBC tomorrow? Yes, it is. Nice. I bet the ratings for this weekend's race has got to be big. With all the international attention they're getting. And it's on NBC.
see Parker Kligerman in that 48. By 25.
3.5 second lead for Gibbs.
Moffitt, Kligerman running in the 10th spot right now and has taken the 9th position away from Moffitt. But here comes Sheldon Creed in the 2.
Yeah, remember, he was the car that had to start at tail end because he came with the closed pit road. So basically, Parker and Creed started shotgun, and they are driven. This is an impressive drive. I mean, they're all the way up inside the top 10 at the moment. The 98 of Hertz was keeping up. He's not too far back. He's in 13th, so really good drive out of all of the bold drivers, Kim.
And a good drive today for Brett Moffitt. This team was looking to kind of turn things around after the last 2 weeks hadn't gone their way, and they had a really strong string of finishes over the summer, 11th or better, including a 4th place finish at the Chicago Street Car. So that was the best finish for that team so far in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Right now, Brett just complaining when he gets on the throttle. The rear is tending to come around to that car a little bit.
The wheel. You can watch Gregson race in Xfinity next year. Yeah, he'll probably race for like Colleague or something. Don't you think? Don't you think he'll be like full time for Colleague next year? Chandler Smith's going to go to Cup, and they'll probably put Noah in the 16 in Xfinity. That's my prediction.
Push himself too hard. That's where Creed's got himself in trouble. There's been a majority of the races that Creed's been in this year. He's had problems on track, and he's right there.
And then I'll have to root against Colleague every week, which sucks. I like Colleague.
Just sit there and don't.
Oh.
Right there. Got in the corner too deep. Moffitt got back by him. Those are the things that have gotten him in trouble all year long.
Rick, I'm going to give you credit. You were not talking about Sheldon Creed at that moment.
Nothing to say about Sheldon Creed right then as he gets in just a little bit deep here.
Just again, trying too hard and did a nice job of saving the race car, but these are the things that have hampered his ability to have better finishes than he's capable of. He's got speed. He's just pushing all the time, and he pays the price for that. He's learning. Young race car driver. Great success in the Truck Series, trying to learn how to run the entire race in an Xfinity car.
He pushed again and was able to push by Brett Moffitt.
And Chandler Smith is stopped on track. Well, I think he's doing a stop and go, but look at the left front tire.
He's on the run off of the left.
He did the stop and go.
Yep. He must have missed part of the track or something.
God, Chandler Smith's car's all jacked up.
Damaged heavily from a crash in turn
Noah being in trucks with fucking DiBenedetto, DB, is my dream for next year. Please make that happen. Noah has to run trucks with fucking Matty D.
Yeah, it's tough.
Perkins in the grass. Guys are starting to run off track, but not enough to get us a caution. Because I want to see Sam Mayer jack Ty Gibbs' rear tires off the ground here on a late restart. Flat tire on the 02. Please shred and drop a shit ton of debris everywhere, please. There it goes. Shred it. Shred it. Shred it. Shred it.
I don't believe so. But let's see here. Well, your contact's going to probably cause this flat tire right there. Turn 8 and 9.
That was immediate.
Not enough for a caution. Lame. Damn, Chandler Smith did this shit right in front of Ty Gibbs.
3 turns, 11, just locked it up, couldn't get turned, so he's got to stop here.
Could help your teammate out there, Chandler.
That was Ty Gibbs.
Unfortunately, the 02 made it to pit road.
Almost got into Chandler Smith.
When is Dale Jr. going to get a road course guy other than fucking Miguel Paludo in that 88 car? Realize how many races JRM could win on road courses if they were getting like actual road racers? Maybe he can get Shane Vangisbergen next year for some races. That's what I'm hoping for. Vangisbergen in the 88 part-time for JRM running road courses in Chicago. 6 to go. Ty Gibbs all on his own.
Want to get a few updates as we're now under 6 laps remaining, Kim.
And Austin Hill currently running in the 4th position. If he holds that finishing spot or better, it's going to be his 5th straight top 10 on road courses. 4 of those being top 5 in the last 5 road course races, and it shouldn't surprise anyone because this team has worked very hard on what they're bringing to the road courses. In fact, crew chief Andy Street told me at Sonoma they started to differentiate themselves from what the 2 was bringing to the track. The 2 of Sheldon Creed, their teammate, they said the front end package has gone in a very different direction that has really played to Austin's favor. Right now, Austin saying he has good fire off speed, but loses rear lateral, and the
sixth. First, Justin Allgaier, very quiet on the radio. Last run and this run, his team told him your fall off was darn near zero. So working hard, concentrating. So far, that transmission holding up well for Allgaier. And a great run for Kaz Grala coming back for Sam Hunt Racing from a spin and damage.
Kaz Grala sixth. Barely been able to stay on track today, but he's sixth right now.
And a great run today for Kaz. Marty?
Dave, it wasn't a few laps ago that Cole Custer was in the top 5. Now just trying to hang on in 7th. He got a flat spot earlier on, and he said when he hits the brakes pretty hard, the tires find that flat spot again. So having to be very careful with the brakes in the 0-0 with 5 laps to go. And look who's been one of the quickest cars on the racetrack for the last few laps. Parker Kligerman has been running some quick lap times. They're still encouraging him. Long way to go to get to John Hunter Nemechek, but that's one more spot and one more point he could gain, Rick.
Less than 5 laps now remaining from Indy, as Kligerman is about 2 seconds behind John Hunter Nemechek. See another car off track.
Oh, Nemechek got spun.
Nemechek gets turned around.
That's another spotter.
Kaz Grala got him, I think.
And the 2. And there goes the
Unfortunately, it's not going to be a caution.
Those guys, they always seem to race for points every single week. All 3 of them got by John Hunter. So Kaz Grala down here in the braking zone, slides the rear tires, tries to get back on the racetrack.
Remember when I said Kaz can barely stay on the track? Well,
I know that Kaz Grala's offline.
John Hunter's got to be pissed the fuck off.
Rejoin.
Nope.
That's just, I don't know, man. That's tough to call.
I'd be pretty pissed off if I was John Hunter. He got screwed here.
A little more room there, but
Not his fault. Kaz Grala can't stay on the damn track.
it's hard to get through that turn 1. You're riding on board.
Nope.
Right there against the curve, just trying to get going again. And John Hunter come through there.
See the damage to Kaz Grala.
And now this is another opportunity for Parker. He's got a little more pace, I believe, than the 26 to take another spot. Going to have an opportunity possibly down here in the braking zone in turn 1. He's going to look. Not going to charge the corner.
Well, last time through this turn,
Parker, please get by Kaz Grala as fast as you can and get far away from him.
You look left, even though you might not be intending to make a pass or charge.
Based on how he's driven today, you need to keep your distance. Make this pass quickly. What the hell was that camera doing?
So he may make a mistake, overdrive the entry, but you're also getting a little bit of cool temperatures into those brakes, into those ducts.
under 4 laps to go, and Gibbs continuing to pad his lead. It's over 5.5 seconds now over A.J. Allmendinger. 3 times Ty Gibbs has been to victory lane from road courses, and they've all been different tracks.
You see Parker Kligerman right here. He saw Kaz Grala this turn 1. That means Kaz, that's his weak spot. So Parker's job right now is to stay as close as he can and have forward
Wow,
momentum.
Kaz let him have the spot.
There you go, or just do that. Just turn right and pass. I thought he was trying to set him up.
Parker
with
up to
this
7th.
complex, and then trying to pass him in 1, but Parker's able to take advantage of it in turn 12.
Ryan Sieg's slow.
Issue with the 39 right.
Please tell me that wheel's going to come off. Please tell me the wheel's going to come off. Please tell me the wheel's going to come off. Please tell me it's going to happen.
Track bar is broken. But he will be done.
You see that right rear when he turns to the right, it came almost out of the body.
Everybody keeps having problems when they're close enough to pit road to get off, just close enough to pit road to get off track. So we can't see the Jesus Free get screwed out of a win in a race he shouldn't even be in.
Keep the 2 behind him, but he just does not have the car right now. It'd be really easy for him to overstep his bounds.
That's an incredible run, though, for Sam Hunt Racing. One of the teams that runs without any affiliation to a cup program. A lot of these teams have that connection to the cup programs in the series. He's out there competing with the big dogs.
Big dog, big nuts.
Pressure on Grala now.
Okay, just fucking.
Take this spot away. He doesn't want to let Parker get too much distance. He's like, hey, maybe I can run down Parker and get that spot as well, so I need to get by.
Well, remember, Gregson didn't do shit in trucks the first time he was there, DB, so what would he do this time? Go back and waste another KBM ride like he did the entire time he was in trucks the first go-round? 2 to go.
Parker Kligerman, as we see the 19 again, increasing his lead. 6.3 seconds separating Ty Gibbs from A.J. Allmendinger. Twice before on road courses, Gibbs and Allmendinger have finished 1 and 2, trading the wins. There's the distance, and Allmendinger coming out on the screen as he came out of 6.
Mayer is catching Allmendinger for second. AJ blowing that corner, and it's going to give second place to Sam Mayer. Once again, Mayer on a roll lately. Guy to hand it to him. Then he slides in the next corner. Gathers it up, though. Yeah, Sam Mayer, most consistent JRM car for a while now. Sam Mayer's finally taken that step forward we've been waiting on. I like the consistency I'm seeing. And here we come. The Jesus Freak is going to take the white flag. For those of us who are still awake watching this. 1 to go. The race is going to go the distance, ladies and gentlemen. 7:30 local time in Indianapolis. That's what happens when you start a race late. You risk shit like this possibly happening. But they dodged a bullet today.
Ty Gibbs has been out front for 27 laps today. 21 times Allmendinger led.
As the sunlight fades. The light faded in my eyes about this race about 15 and 20 laps ago now. Whenever I saw the 19 beat AJ out of the pits, I knew what was going to happen.
To win. And he hasn't been able to do that. He's got a handful of top 5 finishes in the few starts he has this year, so this will be a refreshing trip to victory lane if he's able to pull it off.
First win since Phoenix last year in the Xfinity Series.
Of 2023, and now through the final.
Remember, until he's been in Cup 5 years full time, he can run all the Xfinity races he wants.
13 and coming up on 14. Almost an 8-second lead over.
And Ty Gibbs wins an Xfinity race. Whoop-de-doo.
Is going to win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kligerman and Creed.
This could be an interesting last corner with Creed and Kligerman. Kligerman's going to hang on. So Gibbs wins, Sam Mayer second, Allmendinger third, Austin Hill fourth, Justin Allgaier fifth, Cole Custer sixth, Kligerman seventh. And Ty Gibbs is already doing burnouts.
Sheldon Creed, Rala, and Moffitt rounding out the top 10. Gibbs already starting his burnout.
He was doing his burnout was where guys were still coming at pace at turn 1.
Gibbs continuing to celebrate all the way around this track. His previous best finish this season was third at Coda.
There's so many wins last year in the Xfinity Series. I think, he and a lot of people believe
Thank you so much.
he would win a lot when he came and ran these races. And it's been a little bit of a struggle. Been more difficult than I think he or the rest of us thought it would be this year. But you can see how excited he is to get this win.
Does burnout there in turn 7.
There you go.
Kicking up all that smoke in front of guys on the cooldown lap. Very safe. Dude, chill out, man. There are cars behind you. There are cars behind you, you dumb fuck. Like, damn. There are fucking cars behind this motherfucker while he's trying to do a burnout. I'm sure NASCAR just told him, chill the fuck out. And that's why he stopped. Pretty fucking reckless.
Cup race. And a lot of competition in front of him there. The reigning Xfinity Series champion after he won the championship last year at Phoenix. It was announced he would take over at Joe Gibbs Racing in the Cup car. Making just a few starts. This one his 7th in the Xfinity Series this year, focusing mostly on all of the racetracks for the Cup Series. He continues to burn out all the way around this track. Might not have any tread on the back tires. They are flat. So the 20-year-old will climb out of the car.
NASCAR told Ty Gibbs to not do a burnout on the bricks. So burnout on the bricks, not okay, but burnout while cars are still coming at you at full speed is fine.
That was an impressive full circuit burnout.
Remember, in turn 7, he also did a few donuts. And Dave is down there to talk to the winner.
He's giving out hugs right now, Rick, to everybody on his racing team here. And it took the reigning champion of the Xfinity Series 7 tries this year. But you are finally in victory.
Jesus, take the wheel!
Yeah, definitely about time. Really cool to get one here at the Brickyard. I grew up racing go-karts in Newcastle right down the street, so really special to me. Thank you to He Gets Us.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Awesome
There you go, buddy. Woo! I'm all jacked up on Jesus. Hey, are y'all jacked up on Jesus? I'm jacked up on Jesus.
Take us back to racing nearby, Ty, and knowing that this place was here and what it might mean someday to win.
Yeah, really cool. I've raced go-karts right down the street with a bunch of kids.
Did you run them off the track too, like you did Custer and AJ today?
Now, so it's cool to kind of, we're all just at this level, so really special. We got the Brickyard, let's go.
Speaking of levels,
What a fucking cup race.
Tomorrow, right? Just barely above.
Yeah, remind him tomorrow.
What does this do for your tomorrow? I know the cars are very different, but what'd you learn today?
Just go win.
You feel like you know the track better?
Yeah, for sure. I think, track time's great. So thank you to He Gets Us, to Monster Energy, to all these guys. Thank you to Mitch Covington, David Gallen. Man, let's go.
All right, 7th try is a charm. He's in victory lane.
He was so ready for that interview to be over. But NBC's always going to dig for something stupid. I like his crew chief. I'm going to hang around for a minute, see if anybody's pissed off at each other during this post-race. There was a lot of guys running over each other here. So I'm not going to leave on you guys just yet, even though I want to. Show me a little post-race.
Margin of victory for Ty Gibbs, who gets his first win here on the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
He gets us, and he got it. So, yeah, I just want to see if anybody's mad. There's a lot of dumb shit going on there that last 15 laps. Dude was celebrating an Xfinity Series win like he won a Cup championship and was being really dangerous on the cool-down lap. Oh, God, I won an Xfinity race. Woo!
Tomorrow things get underway at 2 o'clock on NBC.
Yeah. Early start compared to today. Cup race starts at 2:30 instead of 5:30.
Right after the checkered flag flies on Peacock. And the celebration.
Jacking up the 19 to put tires on it so we can get to the winner's circle.
NASCAR and motorsports coverage always available on NBCSports.com. Coming up next on USA, it'll be Chicago PD. Sheldon.
Well, damn. I don't see anybody get mad at each other, so I stuck around for another 2 minutes for no reason. All right, everybody. Good night.